are. But
Damn.
love you.
Domain expansion.
But no, you go and you realize you're having fun as much as anyone else there.
And the food
you
is
realize you're one of them, and it's just like, yeah.
Dan, the pickles, bro.
Actually, yeah.
The pickles?
No, I want the turkey legs.
And the drinking too. At the PA Ren Fair, they got ciders, they got mead, they got ales.
It's very nice. They have alligator jerky.
They
They have alligator jerky. You gotta find the jerky carts. You know the jerky carts?
I know the jerky carts. I'm just a vegetarian, so I don't usually see.
Oh.
Is
Is that new? Are we
No.
all surprised?
No, you've never known me to eat meat.
It's very
I've been a
true.
vegetarian since I was
like just that way. 12.
Really?
Yeah. You know, I was a vegan in middle school.
Were you?
Yeah. Until Bridget gave me chocolate for Valentine's Day, and I said,
And you're like, oh fuck this vegan.
"No, I didn't want them to be upset." So I took the candy and gave away my vegan powers.
Sounds like he needed it.
Hello.
We all here. We saw it.
Also, Bridget,
Gelato's not vegan?
Sure is. What about chicken parmesan?
Chicken's not vegan?
I don't know. Isn't parmesan like a rodent or something?
Oh yeah, Scott Pilgrim's coming out on
That's gonna be
Netflix.
fun. Yeah, Mary Elizabeth Winstead. Good.
They're
get
all
so,
back.
So much. Everybody.
Everybody.
Yeah.
Even Chris Evans was
Are we
like...
talking about that?
Ahsoka.
Yeah.
What?
What?
Harrison Does.
I mean,
She's gotta look, man. She gotta ass. Hera
She
had
do.
ass. It's
but
not
she
talking-
doesn't.
We're
Are we talking
streaming.
about Harrison Does?
We're not doing that
We're
right
not
now.
doing that
Why not?
because there's nothing to talk
Are we talking about
Like, let her
Ahsoka?
have ass.
I feel like
Are we
there's-
talking
I
about
feel like-
Ahsoka?
Yes.
Sure.
Mary Elizabeth Winstead.
But also the same thing
If we
of
talk
like,
about Ahsoka, will we inevitably be
Are we
talking
res-
about Harrison Does ass?
at
Are
some
we-
point.
No.
At some point.
No.
Because I feel like
Why do we have-
stitching
why do you
and
feel like we have
what
to?
is it called?
Do you know...
What is
Alright.
it called?
Cross stitch.
No, the way that you like fit a jacket, right?
Yeah.
Or like you fit a
Like tailoring?
Wait, tailoring.
Taylor.
I feel like tailoring goes a long way with this narrative.
Are you saying
it's a
it-
one-piece suit, dude?
Nah.
It's the fucking Kill Bill suit.
We're definitely talking about Harrison Does ass right now.
We're not doing
I'm
it.
not
And we-
saying
what
it's
we're not
not
doing.
nice.
One out of the
I
four.
am saying it's not as great as people. Yo, hair it up.
It's,
No.
it's
Between
noticeable.
posture
Unless-
and
are you saying-
tailoring,
Are you saying?
I feel
no,
like-
Are you saying they
I'm so cutting
deliberately
all
drew
this.
attention? Are you saying in production they deliberately drew attention?
Or are you
I
saying that
think
Mary
to the Twilight
Elizabeth
cast.
Winstead
I
don't have
think
that
so.
much ass? Is that what you're saying?
We're not
I
talking
think
about this,
two
bro.
of
It
I
sounds
think
like you're
This,
saying it was.
this
it
sounds
was
very
part of
objective, and I don't
deliberate.
like it.
I feel like both can be the same.
All right, look, if Obi-Wan
Stop.
says that there's
We're done.
ass,
We're
all
done.
right?
We're done.
Obi-Wan himself.
Can I greet the people now?
Ahsoka
We're live.
had the
Okay.
smoothest
All right.
kill.
We're live. I'm not doing this anymore.
All right,
I'm greeting the people.
Ahsoka had the smoothest kill.
Hello, Barfly.
Friends and
Go ahead.
no, I'm not trying to be a nuisance. I also need
No,
to
this
get
one-
my
this-
mic steady.
This is one with all my friends.
Did.
All of them are friends.
Not all of them, because there's
I was gonna say.
no
all
like
of them
we're
is-
we're friends.
Plus,
But
Tina's
like
not here. Very important.
right, like Cobb's not here unfortunately. Ken's not here. They had plans, but you guys came over to my house,
Yeah.
so I was like, why not press record, stream it?
You didn't even warn us. Yeah.
I didn't. I kept trying to tell y'all like stop objectifying Harrison Dula, but y'all kept going.
No, we can get it in post. It's fine. Friends and
This is
family.
live, bro.
Which
Camera's
where?
right there.
Friends and family across the multiverse, welcome again to the Blerd Bar. Now, they call me the tentative tyrant of Tilt Nation, the prince of all broke boys, ace trainer Argent.
It's a lot of alliteration.
No, the prince of all
It's the
broke
Prince
boys.
of all
You
broke
can't.
boys for me.
I didn't vote for you, bro.
And to the left, we have...
I didn't vote for him.
I'm back.
Hi. Kaiju Kent's in the building.
Kaiju Ken.
Big roar. You know.
Big
Yeah,
roar.
there's going to be a button. There's a button somewhere.
It might not be.
There's no buttons. There's no soundboard because our producer was like, I can't make it tonight.
Oh,
And the way this setup is now,
yeah.
It's a beautiful thing. It's fine.
yeah.
That's fair. I could go press a button.
If
It's
you
giving
get
me
up and
Yasuke
walk
feels.
over there to press a button and come back, I'm gonna just let you go home. You know, I think the appropriate reaction is like, all right, Sterling left, and
All over the table.
like you just came back, right? And it's
Just the dice roll just goes.
KO.
And you wait for everyone to be seated to get up and go over there.
But first and foremost, how we all doing? I mean, We have not seen you in quite some time.
It's been a long time.
I mean, we talk though. Like we
We do. No, we have a group chat.
That group
Yes.
chat is wild.
There's many,
It is.
many memes.
It gets
If
real
it
wild
leaks
real
to the
fast.
press, we are all in grave danger.
It's okay.
Nah.
We leaked it
Some of
ourselves.
y'all, right? Some of
get it.
y'all.
We leaked it ourselves.
I think we're good.
I insulate myself strategically, where you just see me see stuff. Don't say
A
nothing.
lot of red by Dan.
I saw it.
Left on red.
And the matter of fact, I didn't even read it. I just opened it,
And was like,
and my little circle dropped next to your thing. I ain't read it legally, for
Accuses himself.
yeah.
Good. How are you?
yes.
I'm great, man. We're doing great. I
Tell
think
us about life. What season is this now? 11?
God.
season 7.
Okay.
I mean, you're at the ground floor, so like the goal is to get 100 episodes out here. We technically have 100 videos done, but we're aiming for the podcast to have 100 episodes. So that's 3 more seasons of that.
How do you mark seasons?
We stop after episode 10 each season,
Okay.
and then we take a break normally for like 3 to 4 months. Come back, do it all over again.
Fall and spring.
Fall and spring
Is
mostly.
alright.
Do y'all work around the equinox?
I'm gonna
Not
say no.
strategically, no.
Okay.
Not with intention.
Power?
Right, I was like, yeah.
Stop. Take
Saturn's night. You know, like,
I'm curious. Like, do you just like?
Saturnalia.
you're right. Like, we get the chicken blood boiling at 6 p.m.
It does take an hour to cast a
On the
ritual.
moon
y'all.
night.
I mean, I'm assuming you just like eat a bunch of chicken tenders, and then that's when we start our season.
That's
That's
what
what it is.
The North Philly,
Yeah.
like, Saturnalia.
It's got to come from the KFC off Baltimore Avenue.
I was assuming it's crown chicken.
Activate a sigil by leaving like a Lucy for Gritty outside the Wawa parking lot where someone got stabbed.
Right.
Exactly.
Oh, that's so accurate.
But that is deep lore that I
He's
think
like a
Philly would.
fae. He's
bet-
like, you know.
He's not a fae. He's like, I don't know.
He's a force of nature.
he might be.
He's-
He's
God.
more.
He's a
impish.
spirit god.
Yeah.
I would say.
He's an
like an
avatar of the
Orisha.
people's belief.
Pero like, is he on the same level? Is Gritty on the same level as the fanatic?
No.
Or does he?
Well, they're cousins, right?
Does he
think so.
exceed
There's
the
always
fanatic?
one
See,
cooler
I
cousin.
heard someone describe
Because the
Gritty
fanatic is older.
as like Roma, like he is the personification and god of Philadelphia. he is the city.
wholeheartedly
No.
agree.
I would think.
I
I would
wholeheartedly
argue
agree with that.
he's more impish. Like he's more
Nah.
like
And
a
plus-
summoned,
plus the
like a
aesthetic.
summoned imp.
Plot point, right? People knew the fanatic before social media, right?
Yeah.
Gritty is as popular because he's younger, he came in a different time, right? But the fanatic been holding it down.
That's true.
Are you calling Gritty a Zoomer?
Let me see, what was that? 20?
Here's the thing. Gritty when he manifested.
Okay.
Like rose up from the ashes.
When
of
he
the-
manifested,
The vet?
Climbed out of a vat of whiz.
right?
Nah, I think he's canonically was under the vet. And
Well,
when we blew up the vet, he
I'm
was like,
sorry,
oh.
of the deep lore. That there is.
People are around bit of Gritty.
don't quote me.
So is he
But-
like leftover like whiz from Geno's?
Oh no,
No. It's far
can't go
greater.
there. But far greater than any. It's
far
worse. But no, legit. When he was manifested, the people were like, and then other country folk were like, ew, and then the people were like,
Hey!
we first of all,
He's ours.
Hey, don't you
like it was very.
Don't you talk about my gritty now.
It was very much like
I likes my gritty.
it's. I don't know. It's a weird thing that I think only Philly can claim of like, or only like POCs can understand of like, hey yo, like your cousin's weird. Shut the.
Yo,
Don't you-
don't talk about my weird
Say it
cousin.
again.
Don't talk about
Say
my
it
weird
again.
cousin.
Only we can talk about our weird.
Literally.
It was that reaction though. That's what activated Gritty. That's
It
what
really
gave him the
was.
power.
That's what
Like,
gave him the power. It was the fact that other people hated him, and then Philly was like,
Hey,
"Don't you
Y'all,
wait?
y'all
what?"
always hating. So
Like-
this fuels our power.
Yeah, there was the day that he was like created, and then there was the day he was born. And he was born
Bars.
when we came to
By the
defend
hate.
him. By the hate.
He's a villain. He's a villain, and we are his merchants. Like,
He's Frankenstein's monster, but we're the scientists. We made him.
Frankenstein.
I was
no,
gonna give him
Who's
Frankenstein.
more
the
like-
real monster?
Frankenstein
More
was
like
the-
that Aang power, right? Like when the world needed him most, he vanished. But suddenly,
but suddenly on voting day, like
yeah,
in Philadelphia, like,
Penguin going sledding. It's important. So
It's cabbages, right? It's just like
my cabbage corner. Anyway, we're here today because Dan told us to come over.
We are doing
oh yeah, we're doing a show.
I don't know how we got there, but
I hear tell that we're going to talk about memes.
Memes,
that
mostly
is the-
Boulder Gate 3. Baldur's Gate 3.
Memes are
Baldur's
the,
Gate.
have we? But
but
on a legit note, I'm not talking
legitimate.
about tailoring and posture. Have we all seen Ahsoka
I have
Yes.
seen Ahsoka to its entirety.
to its entirety?
Yeah.
Real quick,
Short tangent.
Go ahead, talk.
I was gonna say, how do we feel about it? Because I feel like the season, I should say,
Okay. 8
Um,
episodes, 8 hours.
right,
Was like
was
7 hours, 12 minutes.
okay. The last episode, in my opinion, had a highlight and low points. A highlight: Ahsoka had the cleanest kill that I think I've seen in live action.
Like in live action Star Wars? Or
Yes.
live action
Yeah. I'm sorry. Live action Star
Kill
Wars.
Bill does exist.
Live action Star
Seen
Wars.
a lot of people dying.
I was
and
about to
stuff.
say,
Recently? Like,
Dark-
okay, live
technically-
action
In
Star
in
Wars
stuff, not in
shows.
real life.
technically Darth Maul's
Nah.
death,
Which death?
episode 1.
Oh, okay.
Live action?
Like, I mean,
Episode
he got
1.
cut in
He did
half.
get cut in half.
And Obi-Wan did it with
The
the
cleanly.
cleanest.
Clean.
It wasn't as clean as this double spin. I'm going to take your sword and double spin. It wasn't. It wasn't.
I mean, yeah, all right,
I will argue that I will die on that hill.
that's fine.
I believe.
Although, to Ahsoka's credit, everything is very, like we've talked about before, very Japanese aesthetic.
Yeah, no.
So they
sure.
definitely gave her samurai vibes on that.
They even called her a Ronin. Like,
Yeah,
literally,
they went out.
exactly
They went out of
that.
their way
They
to put that in the
officially
dialogue.
named the blind training exercise the Zatoichi.
Yeah, and I was like, I know that name.
We're
I know that
just
person.
using real Japanese in space now.
I mean,
Ken, where have you
Hu
been?
Yang. Yeah.
Where have you been?
I think they said the word Boken too.
Yes.
Yes.
Boken training.
Which is just Japanese is canon in space.
I can't get into the. I'm trying to stay on the series. The last part.
Sorry. Yeah.
The last part. What was a low point for me was the jump skip or whatever of what's his name, the bull
Ezra Bridger.
just showing up, and I'm like, first of all, don't disrespect Thrawn that way, because he would never.
Just recognize like a shuttle taking off, and not question it.
we have to talk about
Never.
Thrawn if we're gonna be talking about Ahsoka.
Never. It was
Unless,
no.
hear me out though.
I can't.
Unless
I can't.
you've already invalidated me, is what you're saying.
I've invalidated that it does not make sense that Ezra just shows up and like Thrawn does not know about it.
Unless
No.
Thrawn does know about it.
That's the thing. We see, and this is the beautiful thing about Ahsoka. We see Thrawn playing 4-dimensional chess in real time,
And it's so
It
beautiful.
was beautiful.
It was
It's
great.
so
you
I'm
know,
like,
he knows it's fine. He's got other stuff to do.
I will, to Ezra's credit, he has eluded Thrawn before.
It's true.
He is a great enough pilot to fake codes and all the other necessary things. I don't think Ezra's that important, which was a conversation I had with somebody else who was kind of like, we really, like, why did Ezra get to go home while Ahsoka and,
Sabine
yeah.
stayed, yeah.
And I was like, well,
Balon's the true like.
well,
Balin is the MVP of the show, in my opinion.
Oh
He is,
man,
yeah. One, because
acting wise,
Oh man,
he's
which
up
is
there.
why
I keep
why
getting
everybody's sad.
depressed every time I
Yeah.
think about Rey.
I mean, but the focus is just to get Ahsoka up to master level for this Mandalorian crossover event that happens. When I say master level, it's so that she is canonically Sabine's master, like making sure that Sabine gets to her upper echelon peak
That
as
was
a
like that.
Jedi.
Sabine never had like.
She
They didn't have
does.
to give her force.
They did.
They did.
They did not have to give her force.
They
did.
did after the way she wielded the Darksaber in Rebels with no problem.
None.
At the same time,
I feel like that,
Din
that,
Djarin was like,
okay, but
he was like,
there's an order of operations there. They could have just not made Din Djarin that bad at the Darksaber.
Sure.
As noticeable.
Dave Filoni is going back and correcting mistakes. I get that. However, it's a whiteout process. We still see you use whiteout. That's it.
Yeah.
But this is to set up Ahsoka and establish her as like one of the 3 Force gods, like as the sister.
I've been waiting for that to like actually the daughter.
Yeah.
I've been waiting for that to actually kick in
because the son and daughter. But this is going to set her up as the daughter.
I feel like that hasn't kicked in yet.
I mean,
It's not going to kick in until second season.
I mean, I will say
definitely
this.
getting one. Right?
Yeah.
They
It's-
announced it.
I don't think it has
haven't
been
announced it.
announced. I don't think.
But the strike and all these things.
Well, yeah,
I
of course.
I feel like for Ahsoka's character, it was a thing of like you just got the power of the Force,
Right.
to be honest, and like imbibed in you or like given to you,
so she could live. Yes.
so she could live.
Yeah.
But like there has to be ramifications for that. There has to be like consequences and like fallout from that.
Sure.
And we never saw that. And even in this live action, we never saw anything of that except for in the final episode we see an owl, like or space owl,
the
looking
bird, the environment and the light side of the Force.
bird, yeah.
That is also a bird.
Yeah. And
We would know it as an owl, but
Fair.
What Star Wars would.
I mean, that's another weird thing about Star Wars there. Because, like, they're like, oh, the space whales. And it's like, so you have whales.
And, it's like, and then they were like the Purgle,
Purgle.
the Purgle,
Yeah,
the Purgle, and then they were like, no, the Star whales, the Star
we heard
whales.
you say
Star
whales, so you
Yeah.
know what whales are.
Star whales.
They speak common, is what they speak.
So it was I felt like to wrap it up, to wrap up my portion of it, I feel like Ahsoka had points that I very much enjoyed just because I'm a Japanophile, I guess we'll call it.
That's
We
a
both-
really
that's
long way to say
we.
we.
Yep.
He did not say weeb out of respect for himself. But the rest of us were like, no,
Yeah,
you a weeb.
weeb. I mean, Ahsoka is, I guess, canonically a weeb.
Yeah.
Or no, Dave Filoni is. I mean,
There we go.
yeah.
We got there.
There we
Took
go.
the long way around. We got there.
The scenic route.
Scenic route. Yeah, how did you guys feel about it?
I mean, I liked it.
10 out of 10, easy.
Not that much.
10 out of 10, loved it.
That's
Loved it so much.
I like don't
All right,
give
so hold on.
things tens.
Let's be honest.
Oh, you the teacher that don't give out hundreds can't.
I give out hundreds if they deserve it. Nothing.
Let's remember that Sterling gives things on did I like it or did I hate it, and there's not a lot of space.
His
in between.
words were 10 out of 10.
Sterling always says 10 out of 10.
That's not true. I don't like a lot of things.
Right, but then those are things that you.
I don't squeeze my thumb at all.
Was 0 out of 10s?
No,
You know what?
not at all. No.
I
I was
think
thinking about Obi-Wan the other day.
it was
I was just thinking about it. Made me sad.
trash. I think it was average, and then the introduction of Thrawn and how he played off, like those final 3 episodes, could have pushed the score up to the 8 that it was.
I'd call it above average. Yeah. I mean,
Above average is better than Obi-Wan, and I think Obi-Wan
Obi-Wan is the floor.
as the
Yeah,
I
Book of
know,
Boba
Book
Fett
of
is the
Boba
floor.
Fett's the floor because
Okay,
Obi-Wan,
yes.
Obi-Wan started
Let's-
and ended good. It was the
And
middle.
O'Shea was there. And Thundercat was there.
Boba
Obi-Wan's first
Boba
episode
Cat.
and
Boba-
last episode were good episodes.
Boba Fett was the floor,
Boba Fett was the
and
Obi-Wan
Obi-Wan
should have
is
been
the
the movie.
carpet on the floor.
Obi-Wan should have been a.
don't like
Hold
this
on, hold on.
Nah,
Obi-Wan should have
it's
been
totally true.
a direct to Disney Plus movie.
Yeah.
We could have summed all of it up in less than 2 hours.
Or
Yeah.
exact-
Yes.
Exactly
Hold
2
on.
hours. I think we could.
Okay.
The reason why, and here's my argument. I'm sorry, I was sending a text.
No, it's
but
important.
the reason why I make that argument, you didn't need to establish the Luke and Leia. The Leia subplot. That didn't have to happen at all.
I mean,
It
go
didn't
ahead.
have to
Go
happen
ahead.
at all.
I'm gonna let you.
Even if you introduce the Inquisitors, the problem is you don't even understand like their motivation well enough until they don't even give her the setup of her trying to kill Vader until the end.
I
Like
think it was like episode 4.
no, it was because it was 6 episodes, right? So episode 4, end of 4, beginning of 5, you're like, huh?
What's her deal?
Why we've been running around
See,
for
this
a long
might be
time?
controversial, but I think Reva and her story would have worked if she wasn't shoved into the Obi-Wan show where we were all expecting the focus to be on Obi-Wan. I think if they made, if they had a show called Star Wars Inquisitor, and it was just about Reva and her struggle in the hierarchy of the Inquisitors and her vendetta against Vader. And
they're trying to plant
put that
seeds.
in the Obi-Wan show we've all been waiting for.
I feel like they've been trying to plant seeds so that because we're doing things so far in the past, we have to plant seeds so that you care about characters or types of characters into the future beyond the movies that we have already
It's also
placed.
to fill in the void of people who don't read the comics. Because the comics have filled in all these gaps.
But are the comics a thing? Are they canon?
Yes.
As long as Marvel has
Anything that Marvel is producing Star Wars related is now canon.
not Dark Horse.
So the problem, but that's the challenge with a lot of things, right? You're like, I'm not going to go buy a $4 comic each month that tells me this story in 4 weeks
with multiple series ongoing at the same
Right.
time, and also you have to catch up on the Disney Plus shows, and also you have to watch Echoes, and also you have to catch any movies that are out. It gets to be too much.
Read
It's like,
the High Republic.
and read the High Republic novels.
You don't
and read
have
all
to
the
read
novels.
them, but Sterling did.
I feel like you don't have to.
You have to read all the novels.
Y'all,
It's
y'all
like-
wait
you
till
know-
Acolyte drop. And y'all gonna be like, meh, and I'm gonna be like, I know stuff. Please continue. I'm sorry.
Well, I mean, and that
Wait.
was just what I was saying before. Like, Acolyte is this project where it's going to be largely new. It's taking place in a time period we haven't explored with a sort of villain protagonist.
Is
that's
it
coming-
pre?
Yeah,
It's gonna be in the High Republic.
100
It's
years-
bridging.
It's like at the end of High Republic. It's like
Yeah.
100 years before prequel era.
Like the
and-
first three?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's 100 years before Darth Maul.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Why?
To bridge
'Cause-
between the
'cause
High
they
Republic
haven't-
to what we know.
Because they
I
can't
guess
go
they
forward.
can, Yeah.
Because they can, I
Yeah.
think is the answer.
And they can't go forward.
Sorry. Go ahead.
Well, my point
I
was
disagree
just-
with that. They can't go for it.
If they had done something
talked
like
about
that
this
with
before.
Reva instead, if they had just let her have her own project, be it a movie, be it a show, be it a comic.
A black
Instead
woman
of-
with a lead in Star Wars universe?
I dare
You
to
watch your
dream,
mouth.
I guess. No, wait, I think the Acolyte is going to be starring a black woman.
Not starring.
Is she the lead?
Is she not the lead?
She is the lead.
I think she is the lead.
She is the lead.
Yeah. Yeah.
She is.
Dare to dream.
Again, yeah, we can do it. Like, just
We can
gotta
do it.
We just gotta do it.
Yeah, representation.
Lightest person here. Look at him.
Oh no! This is,
In the house.
This is what's going to get us.
This is
canceled.
what happens.
Right?
He's in the
Like,
house though. He's
Sure.
he's with the people. We're out in the fields.
Yeah, I mean. Can we talk
I
about something?
like
So it'll be
Ahsoka.
like another 2 years before a show begins.
Right.
I like Ahsoka.
It did get pushed back because of.
Because of the strike.
Yeah, everything as it should.
Everything.
Real quick.
I mean, yeah, rightly. Yeah.
Yes.
Because back to Ahsoka, I continually love the idea that we, as a community, are giving love back to Hayden Christensen.
Yeah. that's
Yeah.
a bummer.
Let's be honest. The hate came from episode 2,
Yes. Yeah.
and justifiably so.
It would go back and watch it. It's weird.
It's weird. It's bad. They aged him up weirdly in the like. How did it? He was.
strange.
Because he was like a little
He
kid,
was
little
8.
kid.
And
Yes.
no one
And
else
then,
changed
like-
actors.
Yeah, nobody
Ewan-
else changed
Ewan was
actors.
still
That was the
Ewan,
weird
Natalie
thing.
was still Natalie.
And then
little
he-
kid became Hayden
puberty hit,
Christensen.
and
Yeah.
puberty
You're
is
right.
different in space for different races. different.
He is
uh,
also.
he not
50%
human.
He's also 50% midichlorian, right? So he
So
Palpatine
he's
kid.
mixed.
He's mixed.
Are you
He's
trying to
mixed.
imply something, sir?
I don't know what I'm.
But I'm wild.
James
But I'm
Earl Jones.
wild.
I don't know what I'm.
I'm
implying
wild.
anymore.
Oh wow. Wow.
He does grow up to be James Earl Jones. That is a fair point.
I don't know what I'm saying.
Wow.
He is mixed.
Takes a house.
Talk about
Yeah.
wait.
You like that?
No, it's great. I did.
Wild.
I mean, when your mom claims immaculate conception, like
I mean, he's probably half Santa.
That must have
right?
also been terrifying for
Like,
her, man.
right?
Like, it just don't add up.
right? Like you've been in slavery for X amount of time, and all of a sudden a baby show up. I feel like that complicates things.
Yeah.
And what was his name? Watto or something?
Wa-
Watto was just kind of like,
Which
we
is
can't
a-
talk. We can't break that down.
don't
Not in
think-
this episode.
I don't think Watto believed her either.
I probably not.
not.
Jeez.
Yeah.
All right.
Get into that.
Finally, what out of 5, what do you guys give Ahsoka?
He said 10 out of 10.
Are we
5 out of 5.
Are we allowed to do
5
fractions?
out of 5. Of course.
Decimal points.
3.5.
Yeah.
3.5.
3.5.
That's cool. I give it a. That's a really good number. I give it a. I give it 3.7.
Oh, okay.
Let me copy
Price
your
is
homework.
right.
Let me copy your homework. But
doing me?
change the
Price is right.
$1.
I wanted to give it a 4, but I think 2.7 is accurate.
Rebels had how many seasons?
Who?
Rebels
Had
6? Was it 5 or 6?
4? I think it was
I
4.
feel it's 5.
I don't remember.
No, it was 4. It's got to be 4.
might be thinking of
Because
Clone
1 and
Wars.
2 were cool. Twilight Apprentice was the end of 2, and 3 Ezra came out like as almost the same
Grown
power as the
man.
Jedi in 4. So it's 4 seasons. Final answer.
Okay, cool.
Let's go.
Thank you.
Let's go.
Shout out
Take
to the producer.
Take your shot.
Yeah.
So to get, how would I rate Rebels?
Ahsoka. I said, how would you rate Ahsoka?
Rebels
I-
season 5.
Oh, okay.
what
I
That's,
thought.
that was what the bit. He was building a bit that entire time.
The reason why I said boo that man, tomato. Tomato. It's. I think if they didn't hinge the story on Ezra so much,
I never liked him.
I didn't say that.
I said.
I know you said that.
Kaiju Kent said.
I never liked him.
I don't like
I had to
it.
clarify my statement.
I don't think
but-
it's fair to call it season 5 because there was only 8 episodes?
8 episodes.
8 episodes, and they were all, what, 30 minutes?
40.
They were all
40
over 40.
something.
They were all
But
over
either
40.
way, that's still, like, I feel like the actual seasons got more screen time.
Sure.
Yeah, but did
We need.
did we? Sorry, go ahead.
No. I mean,
I have things to say.
to that effect, I think while I love seeing Thrawn, I would have liked to see more Ahsoka versus Thrawn, and less of the
Sabine.
Sabine. Ugh. All right.
Sabrina.
The teenage witch.
Sabina, the teenage Mandalorian.
Make
matters.
that meme immediately when you go home.
Tori.
Take down that note. So,
Tori with
Yeah.
the right bumpers.
Sabine, the teenage red.
Yo.
She ruined it a lot for me. So I would say
Why?
3 point.
What didn't
she
you like
was-
about Sabina?
She's the only one that had lost all the character development from Rebels.
Yeah, they did. They
They
reverted
they
her
regressed her so much to the
so
point
she
where
could learn her lesson again. Yeah.
Point. Her whole
That's the
family
problem I've had with Damien.
her whole family
died on Mandalore. That will mess
do we
somebody
see
up.
that?
It's
Yeah.
no.
No.
Technically, we see it in season 3 of The Mandalorian because they do show the bombing, but that is when her family.
So
died.
That
we
would have
don't
been
see
an
it.
important thing to really get into. You'd think.
Yeah.
and they really don't touch on it enough for me to sympathize.
For those who like didn't see The Mandalorian for whatever reason,
Somehow.
for whatever reason they're just here.
There
at
are
Ahsoka.
people who probably skip the Mandalorian.
That's well. But the thing is, the first 2 seasons of The Mandalorian were so good, and then the 3rd season was what it was. So like, it's just it would be.
Are you implying you don't like Bo-Katan?
right, hold on.
Your shit
I
right.
didn't say that. I didn't say that.
I fold you like some laundry.
She's a war criminal, but like I didn't say I didn't like
Who
her.
isn't a war criminal, Kent? Please continue.
A lot of people.
Are you a war criminal? Nigga? Like,
My lawyer says I don't have to answer that. My lawyer says I don't have to answer that.
He said
Cut the
who
commercial.
isn't a war criminal.
I wish.
hang in there, cat.
Dun, 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 dun.
We'll be right back.
But is Tori doing the cross stitch? We'll be right back.
It's the Eric Andre, just like moving back.
So, 3.2 is what I wanted to say. And
That's how you
Really,
scenic
the
route.
scenic route.
it's because of the nature of the beast is that like we're jumping in, and I'm happy for it. But man, we gotta get somewhere.
Okay.
Cool.
Can you hand me the ginger ale? I asked you like 3 times.
Oh,
ago.
did you?
Yeah.
Oh,
Alright.
super short point, and I would like to poll everybody in the room.
Okay.
Do we say Jin Jarrell or
That sounds like a Mandalorian.
Yeah, that
or
played by
Jin,
Pedro Pascal.
or Ginger Ale?
Ginger ale.
Ginger L?
It's two words, ginger and ale.
Yeah.
There's a
That has
there's
not
a
stopped us as a
correct
community
answer.
before.
What's
happening?
As a member of the ethnicity that you're referencing, I'm assuming.
Canada Dry is not a Mandalorian.
Ginger ale.
Ken
Rail.
Adderall.
If you don't put the rail on it.
Everything's a Star Wars name if you say it wrong.
It's true.
The right emphasis on the wrong syllable. You got a Mandalore.
Syllable. That's a little furry, mechanic. Syllable.
It's a furry mechanic?
No, I'm just saying. That's how you broke it.
Oh,
sounds like the
I thought I
name.
was learning something right now. I was like,
No,
wait, what?
no.
How do you know about this?
But
We're just talking Beastars was good. So
Beastars was very good.
You know.
2020 was
You know, Felicia from Darkstalkers.
See what you did?
Oh,
See what you
sorry.
did? Cut it out. That's enough. You had something to say.
Felicia from
I wanted to talk
Darkstalkers.
about Ahsoka. Well, I wanted to ask about the ginger ale thing, but let's,
Ginger ale.
Go
You
ahead.
put it's one word.
You say ginger ale.
Okay.
No, see now it's like lost all meaning in my head. We've said it too many
Well,
times.
we'll circle back.
Ginger ale.
We'll circle back. I love Ahsoka for a lot of reasons. One, Ahsoka, much like Obi-Wan, much like Saul Guerrero, is a character that we see from start to finish. Right? Not finish for her, but we see so much of their legacy. Ahsoka, and I guess kind of Cal Kestis, not really. Do we see Ahsoka grow, question everything from when she's a child soldier, survive, and then I really actually like the point about when the daughter saves her, because from that point she is different. That scene in Tales of the Jedi, the animation where she beat the Inquisitor with no lightsaber, don't even get me started. I love Ahsoka.
What you're saying is you like a consistent arc.
I think
A well-written one, at least.
I'm saying I think we see a lot about Ahsoka, and I think that is one thing that makes it great. We're living in a well-established time where the choreography was just phenomenal,
Yeah.
top notch. Even just there was a lot of lightsabers in this show. Big fan of lightsabers. I absolutely love
Hot
Andor
take.
for different reasons, but big fan of lightsabers. You see the styles between Baron Skull, between Shin, between Sabine, and Ahsoka, all very, very different.
You can call out the different lightsaber forms in that first duel between Balin and Ahsoka.
Yeah,
Watch them as they
because
switch their
Balin was
stances.
putting some heat behind his swing.
I
Haymakers.
really
So
wanted to see
cool.
them unpack his backstory.
Yeah, we'll get
Yeah.
there. We'll get there.
I saw someone do a cross, like a switch of Ray Stevenson to Liev Schreiber as the replacement, and I was like, that works.
It'd be good. Yeah,
I trust him.
I
to
trust
handle
him.
it.
Yeah.
Lee
But I also-
Schreiber?
Yeah,
He was
Sabretooth.
I was about to say he was Sabretooth in X-Men Origins Wolverine. I was like, maybe I should say a good movie.
Wasn't he in X-Men 2? X2?
No, because
No, he wasn't.
Tyler Mane was Sabretooth in X-Men 1.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Ugh. That's a tangent for another day.
Liev Schreiber.
What's
Ray
another-
Donovan.
Ray Donovan.
He's Ray Donovan
Ray
on Showtime, I believe.
Oh, Ray Donovan.
His brother was in the Orange Is the New Black. And
We might have to
American
age him up
Gods.
a bit, but
No.
Nah.
Have you seen
By-
him with the beard?
Plus, by the time this is shot, it'll be fine.
He's also old now.
he is
X-Men
56.
Origins Wolverine was like...
We
12
were
years ago?
Yeah, we were a long time. Much like longer than that, because it was before My Hero Academia, which came out in 2014.
Are we?
Anyway,
old? Are we?
Did you
old?
just
No.
date
Yeah, he did.
X-Men Origins Wolverine by
Yeah, he
thinking
did.
of when My Hero Academia
Yeah, he
was?
did.
Yes.
Is that the
That's
landmark
the-
in
that's-
time?
Look, man. Look.
the
all right.
singularity points.
History is divided between before My Hero Academia
And
after
after.
My Hero.
We're done with Jesus.
You just like,
Done.
you're
That's
like,
in the
BC
old.
what?
Moved on.
Those were the old gods.
There is-
These
Now there is only All Might.
I am here. Anyway, my point being, I love the Ahsoka for a lot of reasons. I like lightsabers. There was a lot of lightsabers. I like the tying of emotion and navigation, which there was a lot of that. I love talking about and seeing master Padawan relationships, right? And even Shin gave it a word. I forget when she was talking to Baron Skull. It's like, oh, and he was like, oh, she was Sabine was a Padawan raised in, what do you say, the wild or something like that? Like trained in the wild after Order 66.
Yeah.
But they gave it a word.
Make her sound like she was raised by wolves.
Yeah, no, they did.
We do enjoy Ridley
Because
Scott.
the fact would be like there's no order anymore, so
It's very true. But these are the
I like
reasons
that you brought that up. I appreciate that.
I enjoyed Ahsoka. I love Shin. Very interested in what she's doing.
Cool.
I'm interested in her backstory because of why she's so like Avril Lavigne.
Angsty?
Yeah.
The angst
She's
is
probably
strong.
from Coruscant.
But let's be honest, anytime we've ever seen a apprentice, they are just full of
They're
angst.
very extra.
They are like, wake me up before September ends, like over and over again. Like it's just nonstop. Even Anakin, right? Like when you see him do that change.
Especially Anakin, yeah.
Right.
Anakin
But,
is
like,
the most.
Dumb angsty.
Ventress, when you first see her,
And
Darth Maul, he's
They
straight
all
emo.
have like something
Darth
to
Maul
prove.
never grew out of it.
No. Like, and then became an old man and still was doing it.
I think he grew out of it.
He's that
He just
50-year-old
became
guy.
more business minded.
Yes. No.
Well, also Mother Towson pulled with it, and whatever she did, I want her to do it. I want to find the great mothers so they can just pull whatever madness.
I don't know.
It was
'Cause
wild.
Darth Maul was literally that 50-year-old guy at like Hawk Nelson concerts.
Yes.
Like he was just like, yeah, you into this? I'm into this. Yeah.
It was wild to see the great mothers actually be sad that what's her name?
Morgan.
The one who got
Morgan.
promoted.
Yeah.
When they died, when she died.
Daughter? I didn't realize that. Really? Legendary martial artist. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
But like when she
They
died,
think it's
with that
sad.
sword.
well, the main one was
They
like,
sensed the loss.
Right.
but I feel like it was like a damn, like we did like just promote her, like we just like now we got to fill like at the very least it was we have to fill in that space now,
And
like
we have to remember, we don't know, as far as the great mothers know here, like we don't know their connection to, I don't know if y'all care about Jedi Survivor spoilers, but Marin is still alive.
She's
so-
not connected to them the same way. though.
Exactly. So they were thinking, like, because all the other Night Sisters in this other universe have either ain't been answering the phone or they're going.
They've been
you know,
calling
a lot.
on WhatsApp, and only
And
one person.
Aside's just like,
It's just like a bunch of Bitcoin requests.
It's just like one person's like, "Hey, how y'all doing?" They're like, "Oh my goodness, somebody knows us. Oh my god, you want to try and hang out? We can promote you."
No.
It's like, all right, cool. I'll come get
You
promoted.
just tap into
She
the
got
magic
promoted.
and you like see a Bitcoin request up there and you're like, that's a scam. That's
so
not real.
Marin is alive. We don't know if she's in our galaxy, which is a whole other thing. But either way, so I think the great mothers are like, damn.
At least the
like-
one who like they showed to like
Yeah.
show that remorse of
Also-
like, damn.
Did she
Also-
stay on that planet after
Who?
Survivor?
We don't know what happens.
Do I have to play these games?
No.
Oh hell yeah! Or at least watch
You
them.
should.
They're
You should.
really
They're fun.
good.
I'm not
really
saying
good.
because they're. I'm. It's not that I wouldn't. It's that I have no time to play. Video
If you
I-
watch, sorry, go ahead.
We know. None of
I
us
just
have
got a
time.
couple bosses into Elden Ring like this month.
Hit the applause
Like-
button. Applause button. So I don't know. We'll get it.
No, you asked the wrong producer. No, but you were like had the applause, but
From now
This is
on,
like,
just assume that there is no producer.
Yeah.
It's just us in these wild
What is
streets.
this? The Matrix?
Yeah.
maybe. But yeah, I would strongly suggest playing them.
They look good.
They're great lore.
I like Cameron
Or at
Monaghan.
Has anyone wrote a book yet?
I think there
is it?
is something.
I thought you were phrasing that have any of us written a book yet?
No, them.
I just write fan fiction.
Cal
That has a
Kestis.
place.
Yeah, Cal Kestis though.
I'm interested.
I
in
need
what
for
they
him
do.
to show up.
Is he Chopper? He's Chopper's person.
No, Cal Kestis is he's the main character.
No, he has like he has a robot that like people saw the robot.
BD, yes,
BD,
yes.
yeah.
Okay.
Well, that was a BD.
You said
unit.
Chopper, and I thought
BD1.
Tony.
Yeah.
It's like, what's going
I
on?
downloaded the wrong One Piece.
You know, they're very similar. Tony Chopper, and the
Real quick though, why would Chopper recognize Ezra when nobody else could? Also,
Biometrics?
the
robot.
Sure, but what are the
Biometrics.
specs on Chopper that he could see through?
Because Chopper is
Biometrics.
also old.
Chopper's strong with the Force.
old. Yeah.
Chopper is the
Strong
new
with the
Skippy.
Force.
He's the new Skippy. The
I would
Jedi
just say
droid.
biometrics.
Chopper-
Also, I'm
Chopper's
pretty sure.
the chosen one.
Yeah, sure.
Right.
I've also heard
He's-
Chopper cuss.
Oh yeah.
Chopper, this is a kid's show.
If anybody is cussing, it's definitely Chopper.
And they're making sure, like, because then they'd be like, "Whoa," and you're like, "No, we all heard it." But real quick, it was about Chopper. The rebels, when Ezra gets off the shuttle, who hired y'all? Like, do y'all not know how to fire guns? Because for real.
They've seen enough weird situations.
No, he did not call in a code. They did not show that scene of him calling in a code. You just see a shuttle landing on your ship.
And everybody's weird about it. Everybody draws their gun on him.
Yeah, it's
and then you see a stormtrooper come out.
Also, your general's there, not ready for a fight. Like, do you just accept newcomers? And
wait, if you like General Syndulla?
Yeah, she don't fire either.
If Syndulla don't fire, why would I fire?
Sure,
it's not like that's above me. If I get called into that HR meeting,
you don't want to be called.
It's like whoa.
That's one of those.
You're not trying to get suspended on administrative leave with intent to fire.
My boss said that we wasn't firing.
So you telling me you didn't feel threatened?
I didn't feel threatened at all. I was waiting to see what my boss did.
So all rebels are bad is the mindset that
when
they're trying to deal with.
dramatic tension demands it. Yeah.
I think Hera being there, and plus, like, Hera probably has a reputation. Like, weird stuff happens with General Syndulla, man. I don't know.
They steal ships all the time, is what it is.
I really love that in Rebels. They're like, why do we just keep stealing these?
There's whales involved. Like,
so they just like suspend disbelief, and they're like, maybe
they just watch. Wait. They're like, if she say shoot,
yeah.
Also, unprecedented. Zombie stormtroopers is a problem.
It's not unprecedented.
Yo,
not at all unprecedented.
That was something.
That's a thing.
That's why I love
Death Troopers.
Yes,
yeah, it's a thing. There's books about that.
See, that's probably the extent of where like my nerdiness stops. With
Legends material. There's
Legends.
a novel series about zombie stormtroopers. This is not a new idea.
Plus, the Night Sisters good for some zombies. That's what they do.
Sure, I didn't expect to see it though.
That's true. That was surprising.
Really? With the Night Sisters?
Exactly.
I felt like that's like a
classic.
It's classic.
Are they
like
spooky? Sure. Like maybe I thought like Ghost. I expected Ghost from
witches all the time.
Yeah.
And they've done this before.
Like
this is not new.
You're right.
Yeah, it happened in Clone Wars and it happened in Fallen Order.
And in Rebels when they possessed both Sabine and Caleb.
Yeah.
So
you're right.
I just wasn't thinking about it.
Hera's son, Jason.
I'm nervous. I'm so nervous. I am so nervous because in the extended universe, the next Darth, the next big bad was named Jason.
He's got human hair and it's green, and she's got the.
Can we talk about it? Can we?
You know what?
Can we not?
You know the
we
plan
can't
was,
talk about it.
You know the plan was to talk about Baldur's Gate, though.
Yeah, Minsk and Boo. Minsk and
Oh
Boo.
my
talk
goodness.
about Baldur's Gate, but
Hold
I
on,
just
because the green hair threw me for a second because I was like,
out of all
physiology.
the things that this kid could look like, I feel like this is the least probable Punnett square.
Yeah.
No, we have seen
in the gamble.
We have seen a human parent and a Twilight parent before.
When?
Like
I was about to say
Bad Batch.
I haven't seen
Nobody watched that trash.
I enjoyed Bad Batch.
Nobody
never
watched
mind. Let me
that.
stop before I clown myself. Let me stop.
I was about to put you out. I was like,
Too late.
come on, bro.
Bad Batch was so much fan service. Are you kidding me?
Bad Batch did what it was supposed to do, which was try to explain why we like these characters and why they didn't listen to Order 66. They honestly could have done Republic Commando again and then just been like, we're sorry, sorry, and left it alone.
Cares. But no, I also felt like Jason just having green hair was like, I feel like the expressions would have been more.
Easy way out.
What's the easiest way we can do this?
Look, Mendel is very far from the series about space wizards. All right, we were just talking about zombies. We ain't worried about genetics. All right, the boy is here. All right, the boy is here.
He's here.
Time out.
I'm just saying that.
Force sensitive.
I think
first of all, uber
Very
force sensitive.
yes.
Because he's like, I hear lightsabers in the water. Nigga, where? let's am I allowed to say this? Nigga, where? Like, let's be honest.
I mean, for him, he's a Twi'lek, right?
Are
we going by Piccolo rules?
Hold on.
Then I would say yes.
I wish Cobb was here. Cobb would have a lot to say about it.
She would have shut all this down a minute ago. But
Not at the beginning.
right, not at the beginning.
We would have been talking about Baldur's Gate.
We're actually getting something done.
No, you know what's crazy? Like, the idea of hearing clashing lightsabers in the water, while cool at first, the jump the shark moment for me was he was like, "You don't hear that? You don't hear that?" It's lightsabers in the water.
She heard it,
Right.
and I was like,
So I was like, "How force sensitive are you?"
Jason or Hera?
Well,
Jason's like dumb.
He's dumb
implication-
strong.
Well, I think
is
Jason
he's
is dumb.
really powerful.
Yeah, he's dumb, force sensitive. What's her name? Harrison Dilla. She might be a little bit because she had a little bit in her, but
Jedi Venom.
Wild. It's a wild thing to say about a kids show, man.
is it?
This ain't Y7.
not a kid.
This ain't Y7.
Get a little of that residue in you.
All right.
Well, that's enough of that.
Residue is literally the worst word.
Nah, I think it's the perfect word with midichlorians.
You could have just said midichlorians. That's what you could have
see,
said.
you said we're not worried about genetics, and I'm not.
I'm
but
not.
Star Wars is mad worried about genetics
That's
all the time.
That's a good point. That's a really
Everyone's got to be a Palpatine or a Skywalker.
It's very.
And that's it.
Or
Star
it doesn't
Wars,
matter.
Midichlorians, it's just like
That's true.
yeah. Like,
That's true.
I didn't want to be this way, but
But
now
this-
they
but
got me
this is
asking
why.
questions about why his hair is green and what he doesn't have head tails.
Which is why
Liku, sir.
Leku.
Is that what they're called?
They're
Yes.
called Leku, yeah.
Does Ahsoka also have Liku?
No.
There's
No.
a different word for it.
Because
yeah.
they're Tengalu?
Togruta.
Yeah,
Togruta, yeah,
Togruta.
Togruta, yeah.
we are nerds.
Yeah.
But this is the Blerd Bar.
There's a show about it.
The whole podcast.
Yeah.
Sometimes we go live, and on Wednesdays we wear pink.
So Baldur's Gate 3.
Baldur's Gate 3. All right. So
That's what this was supposed to be about.
Such a Mean Girls reference, and I appreciate it. But, you know,
it was very recently, October 3rd. But anyway, Baldur's Gate. Let's tell me about the tadpoles. Come on. What's
Okay,
up?
so it's just it's wild to see this game blow up the way it did because no one thought it was going to. This went way under the radar at first until it hit. Like people were expecting it to be something, but like not like tying with Tears of the Kingdom for highest rated game of 2023. Not having the impact that it did, the staying impact of relevance even after the big new Bethesda game. People are still playing Baldur's Gate 3.
I have a question.
Yeah.
Do you think the rise and fall of Diablo 4 had anything to do with that?
I think the fall helped there be a vacuum, but like, I mean,
I think it
Blizzard-
created the fall. It created the pit.
Really? I thought it was already on the way down before it even hit.
It was, but as a player of both games,
Okay.
the expectation of Baldur's Gate 3 was like, all right, I can leave. Early access is available.
I can leave.
Like,
Wait, that's an option?
right. Like a lot of people, as one who played both stories, you thought you were getting a better RPG experience from from Diablo 4, and you didn't. And everything was very cut and paste. They were so drawn on like microtransactions that they did not care.
Oh.
Cutscenes were great.
Blizzard Activision?
Yeah, I was
about microtransactions?
speed on
On the
something that I couldn't because I haven't touched a Blizzard game since things happened.
Since-
Like,
yeah.
and I have no interest in doing
Since
so.
the
But
store.
And they know that.
yeah,
They knew that like the only way to get people in on this was to show all the cutscenes, to show like this is run on an Unreal Engine 5 and all these other things, and you're like, okay, I'm here for it.
because I want to be clear, I wanted to be into.
There's
And Halsey
nothing.
was there. Isn't that
Yeah.
interesting?
No. See?
Whoopsies.
So, see? But Baldur's Gate 3 has also been in early access for 3 years.
Yeah, for a long time.
So you finally get
Wait,
a...
at some point, that's not really early access, is it?
No, it is because it's not the final product.
Extremely early. It's like way too early access.
You ever go somewhere and it be too early?
There's not even a title card.
Like, what are you doing here?
They open in the gate like, you still here?
What are you doing
So, but what they did was they listened to the community. They were very focused on making sure you got a authentic D&D game, and the final product is game of the year material to the point where like there's high replayability. There's
Extremely high replayability.
like
a single playthrough can have like over 100 hours, like more
Yeah.
of content, and that's a single playthrough in a game where your like race class options lead to literally thousands of combinations,
Permutation.
and
that-
then decisions you can make differently.
I want to make sure that we like actually drive the conversation along. So I want to start like with like character creation and all that other stuff.
Oh, with
And
Baldur's Gate?
Baldur's Gate 3.
BG3?
BG3. But I would strongly say that anybody who like is interested in looking for a game, which is available on PS5 and PC, Xbox will eventually show up. The problem is they couldn't figure out the co-op situation.
They couldn't figure it out.
No. It was
Sucks to
Xbox.
suck.
What does that mean?
Their affordable option system, Xbox Series S, can't handle the game and the multiplayer aspect.
The affordable option.
Yeah, as the prince of all broke boys, I'm gonna say watch me.
So for my
I said an affordable option. I didn't say none of y'all can get it.
So for
Yeah.
my most recent birthday, this last May, my friends got together.
Wait, you're a Taurus?
Yeah, May 13th. My friends got together and all pulled together and purchased for me and Tori a gaming PC for the first time in my life.
Oh, applause button.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so it's something I never would have owned if these other people hadn't done it for me. So thanks, guys. But now I'm a part of the master race, and I feel
Not the you can't say that. I don't think you can really say
Black
that.
and-
You know,
Black
but you know,
and Jewish. I'm like, I've been oppressed.
but you know what's wild
At
is
the
like you
same
said,
time?
like
Same damn.
right, but they also bought Tori this, so like saying Master Race there,
Oh.
yeah.
You just real.
She's like, I don't even
Hey, oh.
Don't look over here. Don't look.
Just that
You've joined the upper echelon club.
The upper echelon. There it is.
You
Sure.
use your
The
computer.
ascendant.
The Illuminati.
There it is. That's even better.
The privileged class of gamers.
There it is.
You use
We're
your
veering
computer.
back into the territory you just steered me away from.
First class, right?
First class.
Close the blinds. I don't want to see anybody in
Right,
economic
okay.
class.
Anyway.
The Xbox Series S niggas back there.
Hey! As the prince of all broke boys, you will not speak of my people in this man.
He still got a Nintendo Switch. Have you seen the graphics? No, I'm sorry.
Do you get to the cloud district?
All
I
right,
don't
so
want to seem here.
I want to set the scene real quick about Baldur's Gate 3.
Scene.
Right? We're talking about after launch, post-launch, no early access
Okay,
stuff.
no early
Okay.
access.
We've already
Alright.
talked about how they've listened to the community and they've put out a complete, what I would argue a more complete game than what I've seen in the last 5 years.
5? I was going to say 7.
I'll say 5, and the reason why I'll say 5 is because what happened was in the last 5 years they've done re-releases of games.
Let's say from a Western developer, because this
From
is
a Western
this
developer.
is the kind of polish that FromSoft does consistently.
Yes,
Oh,
Elden
okay.
Ring was complete. So
Is that Mortal Kombat 11 a thing?
Mortal Kombat 1, actually.
yeah.
Well, 1 is new. But
I mean, 11.
No,
well,
11,
had
11 they
DLC
did it. Yeah, they
packs
did
and
Aftermath.
stuff, yeah.
No.
There was also fixes that had to get done because there was actual like
I like Mortal Kombat, but it had microtrans. I mean, it had downloadable stuff. It had more purchases. It had.
gotcha. Okay, fair enough.
So Baldur's Gate 3 so far you haven't had to buy any DLC in that. I don't think
They haven't even started making one.
they're not even talking about it as far
Sword
as
Coast?
purchasable. So
Candlekeep.
I mean you can put literally thousands of hours into this game. Just from all doing everything. So
With Baldur's Gate.
with Baldur's
You
Gate
can
3.
play this game for years.
They also said there's I believe 10,000 variations or 1,000 variations of the ending that you
It
can
was
get.
like I think it was like 1,100 possible endings
Yes.
or something, and like obviously not all of the differences between them all are.
It's
massive.
slightly nuanced
But like,
variations of each
still,
ending.
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah.
Syntax is everything.
Yeah, but to set the scene, your character is found or appears on a ship of mind flayers. If you don't know what a mind flayer is, I would say look it up.
Scary. Don't
but-
look it
they
up.
are an alien species called the Illithid, and they are like Cthulhu guys, and they eat people's brains.
Yes,
They're also
essentially that.
not
It's
cool.
hilarious because I was like, Mind Flayers, Stranger Things. All right, cool.
Yeah,
I'm here.
it ties in. It all ties in.
It's slightly tied in. It's very what's the word that I'm thinking of?
But I feel like
Reminiscent?
it's different.
Referenced?
Referenced.
Lovecraftian.
Yes.
Yeah.
Sure,
Would
yeah.
be the word that I was thinking of. So.
Because you said Cthulhu.
Yes.
They have
look like-
octopus heads.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's their
With
thing, and
the-
they like
The
all
stuff of nightmares.
Yeah, they're
Truly.
pretty horrific.
Like
yeah.
the bull from Futurama.
Yes.
And they all like every hive of mind flare. They're a hive mind, and they all are under the leadership of an elder brain, which is just a giant alien monster brain in a vat, and it just connects them all and
Now,
controls them.
is there only... we're getting real deep real fast.
Oh, we're talking about D&D
This
lore
is
now.
literally-
I'm
this is also
okay,
like
I'm
the-
ready.
You
I
were,
can
the,
do
you
this.
were the D&D master, right? You're good. So,
We're also talking about the beginning of the game.
Right, yes.
So,
but is there like... You said there's an elder brain. Now, is there just one elder brain, or does like the elder brain have a cousin?
There are different there's multiple elder brains in like the race. Of,
Sure.
So Elder
of
Brain is
Illithid.
really a title or
Yeah.
a rank.
Oh,
or
somebody
a
can get
being.
to elden brain level?
I don't think an Illithid can become an elder brain. You have
Oh,
to.
you'd be born an
basically
elder
be born
brain
one.
or
Yeah.
not.
It's like
Oh,
a
damn.
queen
That sounds
ant.
mad
You're
privilege.
either you're that or you're a worker. You know.
Yeah. All right.
Queen Ant
Master
is the
race.
best way to describe
We're
it.
back here
Yeah.
to the master race.
Queen Ant is a good way to describe it. Let's go with that.
So your
Right.
character wakes up in an Illithid ship, a
Yes.
nautiloid ship. Because
Your
everything's a
eyes
squid.
open. Your eyes open, and literally the cutscene is one of these mind flayers putting a tadpole with a mouth
Ow.
inside under your eye,
Oh shit.
It's
Yes.
gnarly.
And you see it, yeah.
It's
and you see they play it out. And I was like, I don't skip.
you
know,
watch
so-
it happen to Lae'zel, and it's not comfortable looking.
Yeah.
This is not a children's game.
Not a
By the
children's
way,
game.
if you had any
Rated
notions
M.
of Dungeons and Dragons as something for like
Stranger Things.
yeah,
the kids. My kids will love it.
No, not
Until-
Baldur's Gate
Right.
3.
And we're not going to go through the whole story, but essentially what this does, it unlocks
try
potential
that.
powers in your brain, but at the same time runs the risk of you becoming one of these said mind flayers.
Like overnight, how long does it take?
Well, the intention is
Zombie
for
rules
this
or no?
process called seromorphosis.
Okay.
And the
I
intention,
don't
this
know,
is
Sarah.
how
Let's go. Kaiju came with the dungeon mastery.
this is how Illithid reproduce. They don't bang and lay eggs. They have tadpoles, and they put them into the heads of their
Other folk.
prisoners.
So like
And those-
symbiotic?
It's more like parasitic because
There it
you
is.
lose yourself in the
Yeah.
process.
It's just
You
like
get-
Baruto.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
What?
It's just like Baruto.
Like the Otsutsuki?
Yes.
It's weirdly like that, but I don't want to acknowledge that.
Okay.
So,
I refuse to validate your experience.
so what a mind flayer will do is he'll take a prisoner, tadpole in your brain, boom, you become a mind flayer too. You're dead essentially, and your body now is that of a
Oh,
mind
like
flayer.
The Last of Us.
No.
I mean, it's
Yeah.
it's kind of zombie-like
Yeah.
because you die.
Well, but
and
it's
your
also
body
very
is now a
organic,
monster.
right? And that's
Yeah.
what The Last of Us was. Very organic.
there are
Better
there are
reference.
limitations though.
Right.
You know.
You
I
can't
was
be
actually-
you can't be under a certain height because your body can't take the transformation.
That is a thing they're starting to change.
Short King's not
There-
allowed?
There are
Short
no
Kings are
movies
No
not
short
allowed.
kings?
I'm dead serious.
NSK? Is that what the Illithid were about?
Hashtag.
That's what you call them? The Illithid?
The Illithid.
Illithid.
The Illithid?
Yeah.
The
They-
Illithid,
they're not
NSK.
Your body can't handle the transformation. per
Hey,
se.
use whatever you want to say, but
5th edition's starting to get wacky with the things that can undergo seromorphosis, though. Some of the more recent books, there are giant illithids.
I don't
There
like
are
that.
gnome illithids. There are dragon illithids.
Fury of the Small.
are we still talking BG3 or are you talking D&D?
He's talking
D&D.
D&D.
You
talking D&D.
can't talk about one without the other.
You see me? I'm trying.
Yeah,
to,
no,
like,
he's
we're
trying
talking
to-
BG3.
My bad.
focused.
That's
So-
my fault.
The intention is your character is meant to just become
might get trapped
an
with the
illithid.
door.
You're not, but you end up surviving for reasons that are mysterious. And as the game goes on, we find out why you haven't. Turned into a
Wait.
mind
Gotcha.
Could it be possible that the player character may be the special boy?
flayer. Just
Oh, your character runs the gamut of definitely being the special boy.
Special.
He's shonen? We're shonen in here?
No.
BG3 is shonen? Is
No.
Depending
that
on
what
choices you make,
Seinen, very seinen.
Seinen, yeah.
Not shonen.
shonen.
depending
That's
on the choices you make, you may or may not be special boy. Not to
Okay.
spoil the game,
Thank you.
for anybody, but
Because I might make that purchase.
you might. I would. This is one of those few games where I'm like, the more people play it, the more responsibility on other game creators will be to make better and more complete games.
It's actually caused a bit of controversy because a lot of other game developers kind of went into a panic on Twitter
This game's so good. God damn it.
Yeah, basically.
You messing up the curve.
A lot.
Yeah,
that's not even
really,
you
literally
made a
that.
joke. That's fact.
That's exactly what happened. And so it's caused a stir because other developers like from Blizzard and Bethesda, BioWare. Irony there, considering BioWare were the original developers of Baldur's Gates 1 and 2. So that really feels like sour grapes. They were all like, "Oh, this game you shouldn't expect this level of polish. Baldur's Gate 3 shouldn't be the new standard." But why not?
Why not?
Because they want high turnaround versus, they want you to buy their $80 game that they're dropping the first time, and then buy it the next
like
time.
2 years later,
another release happens.
But
If you're
like
putting in
BG3
three years of development on one singular game, and you're one studio, that's a problem for other AAA games who are like cranking them out every year. Because you think about Ubisoft.
I was about to say, how's Mirage? Or how do you
I have
care
not
about
yet.
it? Yeah.
It's on my list because I've never missed a game. But the problem is the like Assassin's Creed games are cranked out, and you're like, this isn't done.
Yeah. I was about to
They
say
are.
you've never missed
they
an
are.
Assassin's
Oh,
Creed.
most certainly.
are we talking about like in comparison?
Yeah.
I mean,
Call of
'cause
Duty.
I feel like- 'cause
Call of
this-
Duty is almost annual now.
Yeah.
The 2K,
That's fair.
NBA 2K, and all that stuff is
Those are
cranked
annual,
out.
yeah.
Those
But wait,
are,
are those different studios?
those are all
Yeah,
different studios.
2K is its own studio.
Yeah.
So yeah, but I'm
2K
saying like
itself.
with BG3, it's like
Larian hasn't worked on anything but BG3 for the entire development of BG3, which was like 4 years at this point.
Now I
No.
think it's like 6.
6
They're
years,
talking about like
but so like but they're hoping that you play this, and I think that's the thing. They're hoping that you play this for like another 4 or 5 years.
They want you to play this until you stop.
Yeah,
They
I
want you-
see this getting the activity staying consistent for the next 10 years.
See, the only thing we can really compare it to at this point is like
That's
Skyrim, right? Like,
But even
'cause
Skyrim has to do anniversary releases.
constantly. and
BG3
has
is not
ma-
going to have to do that.
Yeah. I mean, people are
That's
still
why.
playing Larian's previous games, like what they sort of built their reputation on, the Pillars of Eternity series. Which, I mean, if you like Baldur's Gate 3, play the Pillars of Eternity games. It's good. I mean,
Divinity 2 was not good.
There's more polish on this for sure, but
We won't argue that here.
people are still playing those games at this point.
Yeah.
If this is CRPGs, I think Baldur's Gate 3 is going to sort of push them through a new renaissance.
Yeah.
The genre is
Explain
sort
what CRPGs are.
of, CRPG is. I mean, it literally just stands for computer RPG, but it's all of those sort of top-down, like turn-based.
Final Fantasy.
Usually
more
fantasy-
Fire Emblem.
Yeah, a little more like that, but like more in the sort of role play style, and that was like the classic computer RPG, the original Baldur's Gates, Neverwinter Nights. A lot of properties are actually based off of Dungeons and Dragons. That sort of were the formation of this.
So
genre.
they digitized like the board game,
More or
like
less they
Marvel
did.
Snap digitized card games.
Well, not Marvel Snap. It's like Hearthstone. But anyway, I guess we don't talk
Fair.
about Blizzard Activision.
We don't talk about
You're
Bruno.
not wrong, pero like.
But I want to realign just because we are capable of the tangents. But I really want to, because I want to get to what I think is the meat of the game. There's a lot to actually unpack when you play this. Just starting it up, Larian Studios dropped the stats on how long people were like in the character creation because just trying to figure out what your character is going to be. We've all played D&D. I remember
We all
when
played D&D together. Actually.
D&D 4, all three.
Actually, it was us.
It was us. It was all of us. Right. So, even creating the character, like I remember text messages going out like, "Hey, I don't know what I'm doing with this character, and should I go for these stats and these stats?"
And then I said the pivotal thing that I'm always going to say, which is like, what does the party need? Which is not metagaming.
No, it's not. No. Taking party
But I feel like-
consideration is
I
some
think
of
that's a
etiquette.
thing of where you have to know your party,
Yes.
right? So it's
Which you
like
get
because
to build in this game.
Right.
The party is, and that's one of the great things about this game is there's so many ways to
Great
play it, and
tangent.
it's all up to you. You get to be whatever you want. You can build your companions that fill out your party around you. Like
You can build your party?
Yeah.
Yes. Not only can you pick who's in it, but you can, if you don't like what classes those characters are, you can restat them.
And you know what that means. Oops, all bards. Oops, all bards.
But like,
You could do that. That
That
is the thing
feels-
that
how
you are
does this-
such a
stopping
problem.
you from doing.
how
You are
does
all
that
problem.
not? Because, and this is great because I feel like I am the least knowledgeable about this. But if that's the case with BG3, you can like choose your party. How do you not become OP just because like
I'm glad
how
you
is this
asked.
not an isekai?
I'm glad you asked. It's because diversity of experience. If you want to,
You have a dice in your hand?
I did.
Here,
yeah.
I'm gonna take that real
Sure.
quick. This is why you don't become OP. What I roll?
14.
14, that's
Okay.
a good roll.
Think about how many times you get a 1.
You
I also
got a
rolled a
14.
14. That's
what's
not making
what's
it-
mods?
next.
What's
You gotta go
modifiers?
next.
What's
You gotta go
modifiers?
next.
We're going next.
Here we go.
If this is a 14, I'm
I rolled a
it's
17.
17.
17,
These are really
you're
high
even
rolls.
higher.
And this sounds like karmic dice.
Damn it,
but
am I the one? Am I 1 in 4 if you will be
roll
the
one,
problem.
This illustrates the point perfectly if you roll really low.
So 14.
All right.
Are you
What
weighted?
loaded
Weighted dice.
19.
All right,
19.
you got it.
Give it to
on.
somebody else.
Wait a minute.
Can't do this.
Oh, okay. Some
No.
of them are, no, they're all really high.
Yeah.
This is a
That's a
problem.
2.
A 2 out of 10.
That's a
20%.
2. That one's a 2 right there.
Okay,
No one can see that, right.
But the point is probability.
Point is,
Right.
Yes.
all that, and also, do you remember when I ran D&D for the 3 of you?
Yes,
Yeah.
it was
Yes.
fun.
And I just said, play what you want. Just make your character. There was no assignments.
Sure.
I didn't worry about it. I didn't worry about the balance because it ultimately, there's so much randomization and also just the element of chance and strategy that it doesn't matter. You can play a full team of bards. You can play all
Oops, all
clerics.
bards?
Actually, playing all clerics is a really good idea.
Yeah.
Or you can be like a wizard and a barbarian and a druid and whatever, a monk.
You
And
could
it'll
be like a
work out.
rogue
It'll
with
just
all
work
bards.
out.
It'll work out.
Yeah.
That's a fun story.
And that's kind of
All
the
bards?
part of the
Rogue
beauty
with
of it.
all bards.
Yeah.
One rogue and all
I
bards.
think you just like playing rogues, Josh.
Rogues
I
are
didn't
great.
disagree. I'm just saying rogues and all bards. I don't know why you had to call me out like that. But,
But-
that
Well, I was
well.
making observations.
To that point, like the character creation, so many people think the way you do about like, what do I do? How do I get to the end game based on off of these initial stats? And the game takes you in. Your choices change who you become. The
The game can go so left that you're like, I didn't see this coming.
So, as someone who finished the game, no, almost finished the game for the second time, I won't tell you what I did the first time.
Weird
but-
flex.
Yeah, right.
You didn't shadowbox, did you?
No, we'll talk.
Don't shadowbox.
No.
Don't do it.
Okay,
Wait,
so point
what
of
is
order.
shadowboxing? 'Cause
Point
that
of
sounds
order.
like something I'd be
everybody.
into.
So everybody else knows.
It sounds like Megami.
no,
No.
it's not. I have not played Baldur's Gate 3. Right?
But you just know enough.
So
Nor have
I am a curator of memes, however. So later today, I'm going to try to
Curator?
guess the plot of Baldur's Gate 3
By memes.
from the memes alone. To answer your question, Ken, please take it away with Shadowbox.
Shadowboxing
That was great.
is a strategy where you
Speed
can-
running strategy.
Is a
It's
speed
a
running
speedrunning strategy. Keep
This
that in
will
mind.
deprive you of most of the joy of the game, so
Yeah.
don't do it.
Unless your joy comes from speed running. And
And
if that's the case, I
sadism.
feel bad for your partner.
There's a
Please continue.
companion in the game named Shadowheart who you can kill and put into a box and thereby initiate an exploit that skips the entirety of Act 2, and you can really just finish the game in I think it's 15 minutes.
It's 15 minutes.
15
yeah.
minutes.
I didn't do that.
Don't do that. Or do it, because it is kind of funny, but also don't do it.
So that is one
It's
of the
called
1100 endings.
It's a speed running strat for people who want to speed run this very, very
Just
long game.
to have the accolade of saying I finished this game in X amount of time. It's not important.
But I feel like once people see that time, it invalidates. Like nobody cares, and it's like
speedrunners,
we already.
it's like if they can get credits rolling, it counts.
Yeah.
That's speedrunning.
a click is a click.
Yeah.
Click is a click. But to that point, I learned how important my character choice was after I made my character. Like I'm one
That
of those.
sounds like my real life.
All right, so real quick.
Oops.
Hold on.
Oops.
It's so funny.
Whoopsie.
It's so funny because this game became therapeutic.
Billable hours.
It was my billable hours. Here's why I say that. There were certain times in the game where I felt like I had 35 hours in. I was still in Act 1. And my fear of making decisions stopped me from moving forward in the game. I said, hold on. This is me.
Dan, did you save scum? I'm curious. It's not a judgment thing.
We'll probably
I'm just
cut the
curious.
episode at that moment.
Yeah, please,
Like, share,
No. But that was
comment.
like Act 2 I started
Definitely
getting there.
subscribe to our
Okay.
Patreon because
But-
we need it.
Right. But we need it now.
Pay for
to pay for
billable
therapy.
hours.
But this game became therapeutic because
Are we sponsored by BetterHelp? Or?
no, we are not. No.
How do
we need to be.
How do we get sponsored by BetterHelp?
No, you turn to the camera and go, help me.
Better.
But it's
tell
so
us about your
crazy, right?
decisions, please.
Because like I was sitting there and I talked this through with a friend because they were just like asking me how BG3 was, and I was like, you know what? I find myself being stuck because I'm afraid of making the wrong choice. And I was like, this is weird. This is a weird thing to feel in a video game.
It is, but the beautiful thing about it is you can make a bad choice and it doesn't end the game.
Right.
It's a game where you can choose wrong and you have to
It's
live
not
there.
life.
He's part.
But
Ain't it though?
This nigga
You have to live in your decisions, and that's a thing that most games don't force on you. And that is the thing that is an experience in actual Dungeons and Dragons,
Right.
Because it's you're playing it in real life. You don't have a save file to go back to. It's
true.
You have to live in your choices, and that's why it's kind of become another sort of topic of discussion. Save scumming is like,
my
are
goodness.
you going to save before you make a decision? So if you don't like the way it pans out, you
Roll
go
it back.
Run
Roll
it
it back.
Yeah.
Oh, that's the card in Marvel Snap. Who is it? Kang.
Okay.
Kang,
And it's
yeah.
also Timmy Turner's redo watch.
But
You want to go all the way back to 2006.
you are
Why are
wild.
you so...
He's wild tonight.
But
Why do I enjoy 2006? It's the last time I had fucking serotonin.
No, why do you enjoy bumping the cookies?
your level of therapy needs cannot be addressed here. I love you.
I missed
but,
y'all.
you know,
Y'all miss me? Y'all miss me yet? Y'all miss me?
We're talking about
We're talking about
and
both
now
great
we're just
things.
unpacking
So wait,
stories, baggage.
It's so
We ain't
it's
even.
so
I'm gonna
funny.
need some whiskey.
'Cause, yeah,
Absolutely not.
but
Oh goodness.
the funny thing is, to this regard, right? Like there was so many moments where I kept like using this game as like a reassessment of me.
Jesus.
And
Is that not a problem?
Hey,
No,
no,
D&D.
because it's actually a smart method. Actually, there's therapists who use this as a method.
I was just about to say that.
But it's funny because like I had a party that I was very used to, and people in my party, and there was like one extra person that I
You had
rotated
an
out.
entourage. You were
I
like,
did.
I'm cool.
Like
Was it Will?
This
Was it
worked. I'm not giving it away just for you know.
Okay.
Baldur's Gate
sport.
3 falls under the genre of games I love called friend group simulators. Like
Yes.
Persona 5, it's like half the fun is just chilling with your homies. It's like, I like you guys.
So
This
there
is
was one.
interesting.
There's something that happens in Act 3.
Oh my goodness. Sorry. What happens if your friends in Baldur's Gate don't reflect your friends in real life?
That's
Have we
what's
reached
new.
a Black Mirror episode?
No, because the your choices in Boulder Gates are limited, where your choices in life are nowhere near as limited.
I think that's reversed. I feel like in Baldur's Gate it's unlimited, and in your
No,
in
all
life,
of those, all of those
There's
characters
like
are coded.
10
They're
main
coded.
companions
Yeah.
in the game that like you can build your. It's a diverse.
Oh, you
group
have
of
a
people.
limited amount of people that you
Right.
can choose to be
right.
in your group.
Are
in
you
your
like you know,
entourage.
like you start
That's
playing
fair.
the game and then all of a sudden you notice that you've been playing this whole game and like that's
Our
weird.
our
I
producer's
never
wildin'.
pick Will. Why do I never pick Will? Why is the only black companion never in my party? Is that what you're saying? No, Will's great.
You know
He's
what?
mad
But you know what's
underrated.
Am I
real
the
wild?
master race?
No,
No. You know what's crazy?
billable hours.
So in the first act, a lot of people will know if you
We
play
need
the
that
early
sponsorship.
access. This is not a spoiler. The Grove. I chose wrong the first act.
Oh no!
So
Ooh, what'd you do?
I'm not going to
when
get
you
into
choose
that.
wrong in the Grove, that means one thing. in
Right.
particular.
Oh no!
What- it leads-
Everybody
it
knows.
leads-
Master
who knows.
Skywalker.
Right.
There are too many of them. What are we
don't
gonna
know,
do?
But they know what
Right.
Dan did.
I don't know, but they. Oh,
I did.
Man.
I did what I thought
You did
was
the
the right
one
decision, and I chose wrong because I was like so against like.
See what happens when you choose
I was
Rebecca?
against what I thought I was doing was I thought I was against a hierarchy.
Okay.
And then I chose poorly. Okay.
The hierarchy. You're trying to fight the patriarchy?
I thought.
Stupid.
No,
So-
you should do that. We should all do that. They can't stop us all. Please continue.
Anyway, I then come across Karlak. After that decision, she's like, "I heard what you did in the Grove. I'm not running with you." And she's like, "Matter of fact, run them hands right now."
Fold
And-
you like an omelet, boy.
Right. So she really was like, "I need you to back up."
She was really on side.
She was like, "I don't want to fight you right now," and I used all of my charisma and everything to talk her off that ledge. Successfully,
Shout out to you.
Successfully, I did not fight her, but she was also like, "I told
If
you
I
to
see you
leave me
again."
alone because if I see you again,
I'm a
It's on site.
hands."
Yeah.
And
I'm a goon.
I know what
He's
did.
cracked on
Deserved
pushing.
too.
my character, what I did,
Weave. Counter.
Stage transition. Sorry, please continue.
so
I
think
want
both
him
this-
on the show.
Yeah,
I want him on the
we
show.
can get him.
Yeah.
And so the crazy thing is, from that point, it gave me like decision paralysis because I realized I chose wrong. And like the game is not as forgiving as I thought.
And yet it went on.
Although I did,
And yet it went on.
appreciate you, and I'll pay you later whenever you quote me. But
Tori gonna send you an
Send
invoice.
that invoice. She's like, don't worry,
Invoice
I've been
is
crocheting it up.
Tori on Google Forms right now.
right now. You get that.
I was like, why is this form in fabric?
Hold this.
Right. The crazy part was like you said, I continued to move on and made decisions and made what I believed at the time to be the best decision in those moments. And I was like, this is reflecting real life for me a lot of times because it's just like,
Sounds like
I don't know where this goes.
I think so. I think you'd fuck with it. Like,
I think a lot.
I think I would enjoy it. It sounds
You
like I
know-
don't need it. Like,
You know what? A lot of people would enjoy it. It's just the task of one, getting a computer that runs it, and then two, actually dedicating the hours to it. Because you're like, if you're a completionist, then this is hundreds of hours.
I love this game. I cannot imagine approaching any sort of completionism in this. It's too big.
Yeah.
This is a game.
Is this something like you have in the background, like you just play
Yeah, this
like?
is a game I will be dabbling in at least for like a decade. Like,
Okay.
I'll be playing Baldur's Gate 3 for
And
a
if you
long
choose like the archetypes of like being chaotic neutral or chaotic good, like those approaching it in those mindsets, you're going to have a different experience each time you play this game.
Every single
That's
time.
wild.
Much
And
like D&D.
I did, yeah, very much. This is D&D in the most
Purest digital form?
digestible way of people who can't always get together and play
It is
hours
the
of this.
purest expression of Dungeons and Dragons in any format that isn't literally Dungeons and Dragons.
I agree.
No scheduling conflicts. But scheduling conflicts are a part of Dungeons and Dragons.
They
right?
are, and you know what? There's multiplayer in Baldur's Gate 3 if you really want your scheduling conflicts.
If you still want that,
really
even
want those
capture that.
scheduling conflicts?
if you really if you miss that one part of like not being able to link up with your friends, you can still do that in this game.
I've done that. Me and my friend Shelby have just consistently failed.
Yeah, you're like,
Shout out to Shelby.
Shout
you're like one of these days
They
we're gonna
tried.
link up and run this.
Yeah,
I
bro,
think
it's gonna be great.
I think the one thing that I would strongly suggest to anybody, character creation is still important. It is the most RPG of it all because you're like, wait, if I pick this race, I'm cool with other races.
That's
And then-
important because it's important not just for the numbers and it's important because you're gonna have to live with this is you.
Yeah.
You know.
Oh, so my first run through, I picked a race, and a lot of people was like, ew, we don't.
What'd you
bang this."
pick? What'd you pick?
So I picked a drow, which is like essentially
no.
Yeah,
a
can you give
drow.
us
Ken-
Hold on.
Ken
Before he
agrees
gives
with
the
the
before he
ill.
gives
Go
the
ahead.
D&D
Shout out to
way,
Driss.
drows are dirty elves.
Hey,
They
hey,
are,
hey.
hold on.
Hey,
Hold
wow.
on.
No.
They are. Hold on. They are underground elves for the most part.
That don't mean they dirty. Have you
Hold
been to the
on.
Underdark? Have you been to the Underdark, Dan?
Yeah, nigga, I have. You know why? You know how I know? I was a drow, nigga. And they talk to me different.
they do.
The way they the way they addressed me with a hard W in this game was so disgusting. And I was like, you know what? I don't like this because I also made my
Finn say dro, but like the high elf say drow.
No, it ain't the
Get
elf.
your drow ass out of
ain't the
here. Hey, yo, my dro, what's up? You know what I mean? Like, hey, how you doing? We just trying to hang.
I also made my character look aesthetically like me, so it felt doubly worse whenever I'm like.
That sounds like your fault. So.
No, maybe.
So as a brief explanation,
Right.
For those who don't know, the Drow are in well, I mean, they are the dark elves in D&D
Ooh,
lore.
but don't they have connections to like lunar stuff?
They
Spider stuff.
they live
Spider
underground.
Spider stuff.
Loaf.
They live underground. They have dark skin, and they are often considered or historically have been considered an evil race. They have an evil society that worships a demonic
But that changed like
goddess.
2 years ago or something like that.
Well, see,
They tried to change it because like they were like I feel like there was a certain stat in D&D where they were like,
it was
"Hey guys, we
alignment.
have to stop this." And I feel like you
it was
did a post
the
about that.
sort of abandonment of alignment in a lot of
Yeah,
ways.
yeah,
But
yeah.
the interesting thing about Drow is, even though they're historically considered an evil race, much like the Illithid,
or niggas.
one of the most famous Dungeons and Dragons characters is named Dritsta Werden. He's in like 20 books,
27
comics, a video game recently.
Magic the Gathering.
I've read these books, and it's like his whole thing is him struggling with people treating him differently because of his
being
skin.
the Drow.
It is a lot of, admittedly, kind of awkwardly written by a white dude character talking about, oh, my black skin, people are treating me. And it's like, it's not wrong, but it's heavy-handed and coming from a weird source.
Yeah.
But like,
Is it virtue signaling in the worst way?
it's awkward.
Is it allyship or no?
Big no.
Big no.
Big no. Big no. Bro, it was like 97. It was a different era.
It's like finding out Martin Scorsese did Roots. You're like, wait. You're like, no, this doesn't work.
Big no.
But
I didn't know that. I didn't know that.
He didn't. It was Alex Hale. I mean, it was yeah.
I know Alex Halo. You did. Anyway,
No,
we're
right.
we're not talking about black people. We're talking about the Drow. We're
kind
different. They're different.
They are different, but the bigotry towards the Drow has historically been a part of their whole situation.
Yes.
You know? So it's not... I think I was reading, like, a lot of people were sort of taken off guard by the fantasy racism in Baldur's Gate 3. It's always been a thing. It's always been
That's
a part of
so
it.
wild that people are like,
Yeah.
even here?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know,
like,
like-
why not?
And
Like,
this ain't Star Wars, baby.
Yeah.
This ain't Star Wars.
like,
The crazy part was playing that run through. One of the first people you get in your party was like, I guess I'll run with you even though you a Drow. And I was like,
ooh, hard W. I see it now.
so I was like,
It was just microaggression.
so I was like, you know what? I don't care if you get hit.
Dan will remember that.
You adjusted their health insurance? Being a part
I was
of
just
your
like,
crew?
I was just like, you know
You're
what?
like, oh, wow.
I'm
you
gonna
don't
let
like to be
this
with a
character
drow?
auto play out and like, you know, decide whatever they decide.
And then your Gith Yankee party member has, like, you watch people be racist towards her, and then you watch her be ignorant towards you too, because she's an alien, you know? And but one of my favorite lines of dialogue between any of the characters is, her name's Lae'zel, she's a Gith Yankee, and she has, like, a kind of a weird alien nose, right? You can bring it up.
Is
to
it
her.
wide?
No, it's
No.
tiny.
It's almost
Great.
Voldemort. It's
And
almost
you can
Voldemort.
bring it up, and she's like, "Hey, man, you guys look as weird to me as I look to you." And it's funny because she has this reputation for being an abrasive character, but like the more you talk to her and get to know her, you realize she's just kind of scared and out of her element, and it's really
Don't
fascinating.
swear your love to her. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
It's
You
fascinating.
good? You good? You want to talk about it? You want to unpack
We can
it?
go back to that.
good?
Are you?
Did you save
Do
before?
you need a?
Wait, Dan, who did you romance? Hold on, Dan. Who did you romance?
I don't think you want to get into it.
Oh, I want to get into it. I want to get into it.
I tell you who you romance. Tina, let's go.
Hey, good answer. Good answer.
Who did
Survey
Dan
says.
romance?
So in the game,
Oh no.
in the game, asterisk in the game.
Oh no.
He's sweating.
What is it called?
The producers watch.
The preamble, not the preamble.
The
Where you're like, oh no, I gotta say this because
Disclaimer.
Disclaimer.
Right.
That's a bad disclaimer.
No, so in the
because
game,
we get to leave after this.
so
She's just like,
no.
Go on.
So Lazel was like the first one that like was like, hey, I
wrote
appreciate you standing up for me. So I like clicked the just click, I'm always
We've all played dating
by
sims.
de-
Let's
by
move on.
default-
Let's move on.
it was a pop up. Oh no!
no.
I really
By
appreciate it.
default,
So I just like
you know what I like to do?
Yeah, I mean,
Relax. No.
It wasn't like she was throwing it, but what I caught was something that.
There were some misinterpretations. Okay.
So hold on.
You say, Dan, you were saying Githyosi got you acting strange, right?
No. So with Get Yankee, I was like, sure, this makes sense.
Yeah.
Like her storyline where I'm at in the story, I was
Makes
like,
a lot of
sure,
sense.
let's keep pursuing
Makes
this.
sense.
Makes a lot of sense.
It makes sense.
Relax. Makes so much sense.
Relax. You're making this worse. You're making this worse.
Not the barrel of laughs. Not the barrel of laughs. Not on the Blerd bar.
Stop.
John, I wish I could.
You're making this worse.
This is why I'm not allowed on the show more often.
Yeah, it's crazy because my wife's sitting in here and I'm like, why am I sweating? Like I feel like I was like, it's a game, bro. I'm not worried about this at all. So I was like, sure, we're gonna let this rock. So I'm like, yeah, pursue that, let it run. So then she gets all like, swear your love to me, fight me, or whatever. There's a weird scene where she's like, I gotta cut you before like anything happens, and you're
Yes,
like,
I've been there.
you're like, all right, no, whatever that is, no, stop.
Everything that you think it is, yes, and beyond.
It's all of what you think it is.
Yeah,
and beyond.
here's the thing, Josh. It's everything.
Yeah.
It is.
So then like that scene plays, and then you're like, all right, cool. But apparently there's a second scene right after that. All your party starts acting different. So they're like, oh, you rocking with, yeah.
They'll judge your choices.
They start talking to you about your choices, so they're like, you rocking with such and such.
This is a great
And
game.
so I'm like, this is getting messy. So I'm like, my personality is like, I don't like infighting or conflict. So I was like, no, I ain't rocking with her. She was like, oh, word.
You denied her.
This is why I'm saying this is like that friend group simulator genre game that I like. In the good ways and the bad ways.
This is spoilers.
My ducks
but-
in a row. Your ducks chaotic.
So
We
this
are
is
not the same.
We are not the same. So this is where spoilers. But so like if you deny her after that, like without like
3 times before the.
so like if you don't,
We're not talking about
through-
Evangelion, bro.
Right.
We ain't talking about Evangelion. Bro. That's a different.
If you deny her publicly,
Okay.
right? There's apparently something else you were supposed to do.
You. I
Right.
read
So
that
she was.
scripture.
So she goes. She's like, "Oh, really? That's what you said?" And it gives you an option to like follow through. And you're like, either you be like, "No, it's just you, baby. It's only you," or you be like, "I don't think we're going to move forward with this." So I was like, I don't think we move forward with this because I was
How'd
like,
that work out for
this
you?
is. I was like, this is intense. So she just shuts down. She doesn't talk to you anymore. She'll still help you in the party and everything, but
Right.
there's no more conversation to be had. There's like maybe 4 more.
She sets boundaries.
Yeah.
Sure.
She does.
Respectfully.
She does.
She's like, we are coworkers, dog.
Oh, I see you at work.
Right. And she's like,
And nowhere else.
she's like, if you need my sword, you got my sword. But everything else, no conversation, none
Don't
of that.
talk to me.
There's no like storyline and nothing to be had.
You
And I was
don't
like,
love me, then don't talk to me.
Oh,
Yeah.
man, don't talk to me.
Go
So-
ahead and free yourself.
Go ahead and free yourself.
actually, that music would be perfect for that.
Don't talk to me.
So moving on, right? Like the rest of the game,
Uh-huh.
she still has to have those like pre-rendered cutscenes. Sure. And they hit different because now you're like she's talking to you. You're
It's
like
just
you're thinking we're good now. We in a friendship state again.
Okay.
But then you talk to her after it,
and it's
and
dead
she's like,
silent. She's like,
"No, I remember the choice."
She's like, essentially, she like, state your business.
remember.
Is there anything else to say?
Ishtik. Yeah.
Yeah. She be cussing at you all the time.
She
Ishtik
cusses
is
at
her
you and
thing.
get Yankee a lot.
She's
Yeah.
like, "You remember? Because I remember."
Pepperidge Farm, remember?
And you know, like personality wise, I play like a straight character. So like the other,
You play a what character?
a straight character.
the wrong.
Oh, okay.
Sure, maybe.
Okay.
So
Okay. Okay.
first of all, the hate is strong.
Ain't no hate. I accept you for who you are.
As
That's
the
fine.
character I play, he was a straight
Who
man.
you are?
This is a
I love
safe
you.
space for
Sure,
being
my
heterosexual.
wife is right here. Like I'm not worried.
I love you.
This is not some weird revelation space.
Everyone's allowed to be here. It's a safe
You thought
space.
this was going to be some
Love,
weird revelation
love who
space
you
where
love,
you're
man. I
like,
think
right.
that's beautiful.
It's really
I think
beautiful.
that's beautiful. I think that's very brave.
I love the reverse shade.
Right?
Do it. Do it.
That's so brave.
Do the
I love how this devolved.
Where did
Moving
it
on.
start?
From the
Baldur's
beginning.
Gate 3.
But I thought the way that they scripted these characters' relationships into the game, it's crazy how they wrote and coded a dynamic inside of.
I'm very interested. I have not played this
I think
game.
it was an honest
Maybe.
but at the time,
You see where my skepticism would be,
I'm
right?
drinking more alcohol.
But to Dan's point, it's really impressive the way they managed to.
I'm sorry to anybody that's in the chat. It's
Yeah.
wild.
Oh, yeah. Where's the chat?
Oh, are we live?
They haven't said anything, but
Oh,
we've
God.
been chat. They've just been like watching. It might be like hate watching. By
It's
now.
really
just like-
impressive the way they managed to code into a video game realistic feeling interpersonal relationships.
Yes.
Yeah.
These feel like relationships between real people, like love or hate, like
Small changes.
co-workers, co-workers,
That one guy. That one guy.
Or friends.
or friends, or like actual friends. Because
maybe
like,
they're just friends.
Yeah.
They're just friends.
Or roommates.
Lazel
we
is
can't have two bisexuals on the show.
You can't have two bisexuals. Don't do it. It's a hive mind. And Janelle Monáe. Anyway,
First of all, perfect.
Janelle Monáe undergoes seramorphosis.
Invalid. Speaking of which, the Emperor. But that's.
I thought you were about to say,
that's
speaking of
his
which,
voice.
Janelle Monáe. I was
No.
like, what?
I was gonna say the other black girl.
Oh, boy.
I don't. Are they in
The
there?
show.
No,
talking
they're
about the
not.
show.
But there's a character who I'm like,
Maybe.
that was referenced.
That's a different thing. Baldur's Gate 3.
Baldur's
So-
Gate 3.
PG
Minx
3.
and Boo.
Minsk is voiced by Matt Mercer. For anyone interested, that's
Matt
cool.
Mercer does everything.
He does.
I mean,
Matt
Jason-
Mercer has
he does
changed
most
D&D
things.
also.
Most things that are done by Matt Mercer. These days.
I would also say
His
like
name is Mad Mercer.
Matthew Mercer,
Matt-
yeah.
Matthew.
Oh, Matt.
Matt.
I would also say
Heard
voice
mad.
acting wise, this game is phenomenal.
Fantastic. Everyone does a great job, and also
J.K. Simmons.
he's in it.
Oh, so they got
Everybody.
they got top shelf.
It's been really cool to watch the cast, the primary cast of their companions, be active on social media because like they react to all the memes and the fan reaction. And they recently, I think it was on the High Rollers show, which is a D&D live play show. They got the whole cast together to sit and play D&D as their characters in the game. It was really fun.
What?
Yeah,
That's
it was cool.
like JK?
wild.
Not JK.
No.
It was the companion. So anyone who
Okay.
can join you in the party. JK
Gotcha.
is a different character.
He's a character.
He's
a
I don't wanna-
character.
That's spoiler to get too much.
That's
into that.
he's a what, NPC.
He is
Kind
an
of a thing?
NPC. Yes.
Okay,
Yeah.
gotcha.
You encounter him. That's all I'll tell you.
Yeah.
You do encounter J.K. Simmons.
Okay, cool. Am I rushing or? Is that his-
You encounter Whiplash J.K. Simmons. It's really
I
weird.
wish that would
It
be
is.
a thing.
It is
I
it
would
is
play
Whiplash.
that.
It is Whiplash J.K. Simmons. This is not J. Jonah Jameson.
This ain't no Omni
This
Man.
ain't Tenzin.
Right.
Omni-Man.
This is not Tenzin
Whiplash.
at all.
I love J.K. Simmons. We could do this bit
Yeah.
for like an hour.
It is definitely Whiplash, J.K. Simmons.
Yeah.
That's hilarious.
I gotta lend my computer to Tina, my wife now, and be like, let her play it, because now she'd be like, "Oh, this is what you did in this relationship." Nah. Oh no! Oh no!
She's got the lean right now.
We gotta go. We gotta go.
She's got
We
the
love y'all.
trouble lean.
We love y'all.
This is
Tori has
a moment
Tori
where you hear,
has,
like
Tori
the-
puts up the hang in there cat sound.
She's been cross-stitching the hanging.
It's just and like in the background you hear like the summoning of the Kraken.
Yeah.
It's like
It's just glasses
really?
breaking. You're
This
like,
is what you had.
oh really? This is what you've been doing?
It's like, bro, where that music coming from?
Expansion.
She's just like Minthara.
Oh no, no.
Don't-
I didn't cross that line.
Don't
no.
cross that line.
No,
The line shall
I
not
did
be-
the Grove. I did the Grove, but I didn't do the Grove.
Okay, all right. So,
Bring it back.
let me know when I can guess the plot of Boulder Yates 3
do it right
from
now.
the from
Let's
the
do it right
memes.
now
Any
so
of
we
the
can wrap
memes?
this
Let's
up.
do it right now.
I just need to see the memes. Do I need to pull up the memes? Because I'll pull up the memes.
Yeah, I don't have my
I got
phone
some.
on me.
I'll pull up the memes.
But this has been a great time.
love
If
y'all.
anybody
This is
is
hanging out
in
with
the
Frank.
chat, that's awesome. I hope you've been loving it as much
I
as
can't
we've
wait
been
to do this
loving
again
it.
in another 2 years.
Or we do it soon.
Or we just hang out on Saturdays.
Maybe it's
month.
a
Every once a month.
Saturday kickback.
We need to play
once
some
a
more
month.
D&D. We need to actually play more D&D.
I'm
We're all
scared.
scared.
I'm
Are you
scared.
down for
scared of
dungeon
that.
mastering?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because
I
not for
could either
nothing.
continue the campaign we had, or we could start a new thing.
Ooh.
Huh?
You gotta remember that.
No, I remember what happened at the end.
I remember that campaign.
I tried
We got out the cave. That's how it
tried to
happened.
kill. I tried to like strike an eye, and
I
it
got at
didn't
least
work.
another like 2 sessions. Of
We
material
saved one of the people.
We saved two of them.
No, we saved.
We saved
one.
one.
of
The
the,
You
bull.
saved
The
one
half
of
of
the
the
people.
Josh dropped the other ball. Anyway, that's not
I didn't drop him. It sounds like he dropped himself.
reel it back in.
But
All right.
I think that
Okay.
it's
D&D. I think, especially if we can get the other two hosts here, that'd be great. 'Cause
my only thing is if
if
you
do
love
5 people,
if you love mastering,
I do.
that's
We
great.
call that the Forever DM. It's like, and I've gotten chances to play more in recent years.
How
but
did
like,
it feel?
exhilarating. No, it's like there's a
that was overly sexual. And I
Yeah.
appreciate it.
You
Because-
appreciate
No,
it.
I appreciate it because apparently,
All
like,
right,
it's been
Dragon
pent up.
Bard.
It's been.
Speaking of both Ahsoka and Baldur's Gate.
I don't know
memes,
where this is going.
No, there was,
We have entered an alleyway that
there's this
nobody
TikTok,
said
and
left.
it was like the Forever DM. It's like, does the Forever DM ever miss playing? And it's just Balin's skull, and he's like, I miss the idea of it.
Ah!
The truth. The
That
weakness.
is perfect. Perfect.
Perfect marriage between
Yeah.
that.
Perfect.
I
But,
like
all right,
where that
come
went.
on. Some,
All right,
get
so I'm
these
pulling up
memes
some memes. I'm not saying it was Mind Flayers, but I have this tadpole in my head. Larian Studios testing their version of Firebolt. This is fine. So anyway, I shoved the Intellect Devourer right off the Nautiloid. Funniest thing I've ever done.
You're not setting these up the right
No,
way, but
I'm
I will.
just saying words.
They're just the memes.
They're just the memes.
They're the text on the memes.
Gotcha.
Yeah,
And
I'm trying to
okay.
piece it
How
all
about that
together.
one?
Piece it all together. Girl dinner. Girl dinner. Okay, so
Are you
this
getting
is
any ideas of what you think? This
yes.
is
All right, so bam, there you are.
Does
right?
Bowsette get involved?
No. All right, bam. So you want to
Karlak.
ship, right?
Karlak
Ship-
is Bowsette. Oh, almost.
Is there a
Got
crown?
horns.
Moving on. There can be. But
All
go
right.
ahead.
Y'all wow.
All right,
She
so
can
there we
pick you
go.
up and throw you.
Ooh.
Chuck the Halfling?
Ow.
You don't gotta be a halfling. She's
Wait, what about the?
I failed at the
what's-
Grove, so I have
what
no
happened
knowledge
to
of
Dominatrix? Lady Dominate. She had a sun hat.
That's the one I turned on.
Dimistruck.
Dimitrisk.
Oh, you
Lady
better say that
Dominatrix.
name correct.
That's the one. Lazel's the one I didn't give my love to, and she was like, "Oh, word, that's her."
Lady Dominatrix.
That would be her.
In terms of like personality.
Ah. You didn't want her to step on your throat?
I did not
was
want to move
fine
forward
with
with
that,
that, so I
honestly.
did not, and I just didn't.
I wonder how different this conversation would be.
No,
if your wife was not in the room.
it would not be. It'd be the same.
I believe you.
You see how I haven't broken eye contact with
No,
you.
no. I trust
It's
you.
been-
I trust you.
You see?
You are safe. You are safe.
You sure?
He's not.
Romance. See,
I'm gonna be the live.
it feels
Saying on this, but romancing the characters is such a big thing in the game.
Is it a big thing?
It is.
I think
Thing.
That's
yeah.
I think Kent is gonna be a new host on the Blerd Bar,
The crazy-
and I don't
but
know
the
where
crazy
we're
part is,
hosting it now because
romancing
we can't
any
come here.
Yeah, it's
romancing any character in the
can't
game
come here.
changes the game.
Really?
Yes.
Not even virtual. What you turning on? You not turning on a goddamn thing. So I don't. This might be the end of the
You
Blerd
playing Call of
Bar.
Duty? You playing Call of Duty with who? What you mean Ghost took his mask off? What you mean?
Oh, you playing Snap with
Invasion.
Josh? Oh, you playing Snap with... No, I'm gonna text him. I'm gonna text him
Screenshot
right now.
Screenshot
I
him
got
off
his
with Snap.
number.
He can't answer. He playing Snap. It's turn 6. It's turn 6. They got no. It's turn 6 and he got no, man. I don't know. I don't know.
Living Tribunal. What you mean you giving it all the locations? You giving it to all the locations at the same time?
And he,
You giving it all to each location?
Wow. I don't even get some. I can't even get Thursdays.
Ongoing?
But he giving
Ongoing?
it all. Wow.
so I guess the plot of Baldur's Gate 3.
What you mean you don't reveal until the last turn?
I just think it's funny how...
So I guess that the plot of Baldur's Gate 3.
We're gonna wake up our girls. We gotta go. I'm sorry, that was funny. What'd you say?
No, take your time. The principal, bro. Was
I
very
know we
patient.
still live. It don't matter anymore. Like this is
We have ingested alcohol. It's over.
We are
It's over.
We are so off the plot of this.
whoever watches this, I am sorry because this is
I appreciate. Here's to you.
I hear to you. Whoever watches
The true
this.
barfly.
Oh,
Oh no! It's time to go. All right, can you guess the plot real quick?
Okay.
Baldur's Gate
The
3.
plot of
that
Baldur's
we can
Gate
get outta
3.
here
Now here's what I do know. There is a ship.
The window's right behind you. Nobody
know.
knows it, but you can climb out.
I know that there is tieflings, right?
Tieflings.
I know that tieflings matter to the plot. I know that there is a bugbear, and that matters to the plot. So, all right. So I guess that the plot of Baldur's Gate 3. Boom, ship crash. Crazy. You wake up where you are.
Where are you?
Probably like Greyhawk.
Sure, keep going. Just let him keep going.
Yeah.
He's wrong. But
No,
Greyhawk.
keep
No.
going.
All right, if
Yeah.
I'm wrong, no. Are you?
no, we're not. You're telling us what you
Rivendell?
Yes, Rivendell. That's correct.
Yo, they got a dope soundtrack. Streets of Riverdale? Streets of Riverdale slaps. I listen to that to this day.
All right, so you crash. You gotta meet up with the party members. It's the beginning of the game, so you probably get limited access to party members. You probably gotta go unlock the other party members, right? So you probably gotta go somewhere, maybe to a goblin camp where somebody's like dangling
Is
in a
this the
cage.
hero shield?
And
So, oh no, hold on. Someone
dangling in a cage in a goblin camp. You probably gotta decide to either kill the goblins and free the person, or like talk it out and free the person.
That's like
right?
almost right.
There ain't no way you fucking with me. Are
No,
you messing
I'm not
with me?
fucking
might
with you.
be right.
There is a person dangling in a cage. There is a goblin camp, and the cage is not far from the goblin camp.
Unless she's
Slayer.
a drow. But anyway, move on.
It's hard. It's hard for a fish man out here.
No, it gets easy when you're around other thugs, okay?
Yeah, no.
I love the quotation marks.
You know,
You probably gotta free that person in some way. You probably
the
gotta,
goblins act different around niggas. I'm just saying, you know?
I got my goblins in Paris, and they going bugberries.
What's a goon to a goblin?
Are you talking about drows?
Yeah, what's a goon to a goblin?
Like drows?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I said the drows. I know because like drows are like I'm not a part of that community, so I can't say drows, but drows is kind of.
What's a goon to a goblin?
Bugbear.
Oh, yeah. Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah.
All right, so you probably boom. You skip ahead. We unlock everybody. You can choose the party. So there has to be. It's Dungeons and Dragons, so there has to be a fetch quest, right? So I'm saying there's gonna be 4 fetch quests to get to some reason because you got the big main thing, tadpole. Got to get the tadpole out. You probably got to consult some magic user, like, yo, I got a tadpole. Can I get the tadpole out? So you got to do the fetch quest to unlock the magic user to get the tadpole out. You do all that stuff. You try to do it. It does not work, and it gives you the option to take the tadpole out to try, right? It has to give you the option to try.
Sure.
Early
but
on.
keep going.
All right.
What happens?
So you do the fetch quest. You get to the magic user. You do one thing, and it goes awry. It has to go awry for some reason.
That's fair.
And then you gotta regroup. And at this time, some friends become enemies, some enemies become friends. Like, you get closer to the party, you get further from some other party. And then you have to leave whatever immediate starting area you were in to go to new areas, okay?
That is a video game, yeah.
That's a video game. This nigga started describing a video game.
I don't know this game!
Don't minimize.
But am I wrong, though?
Right.
But am I wrong, though?
No, you're not wrong.
Don't minimize him. Don't minimize him.
He said
Let's go.
this started getting real reductive around here.
Did you end it yet?
At some point, no. I don't. So at some point, I'm going to drink more alcohol. You got to get the tadpole out, and eventually you either do or you don't.
You either the end of the game is you either get the tadpole out or you learn to live with the tadpole, because isn't that what we always learn to do? Live with our
Tadpoles?
niggardry.
No, I was
No?
with you until that part.
Until our drowery.
You gotta stop.
What is it?
No.
Dro?
No,
Drones?
I'm a mind
You be
flayer.
drawing?
Dro?
Dro
No,
and
but
dro.
there's the dro and there's the drows, right?
All right, so tell me how on or off base I
Drow
am.
with a hard W.
Yeah,
is-
the drows.
Drow.
You learn to live with your drow.
Drow.
Drow. Drow.
How on or off base am I? How close
You're-
am I?
You're on it.
You're more on base than I'd like to admit.
Hell yeah! I could be a video
Hell
game.
yeah.
Yeah, I could be a developer.
Hell yeah.
In like
go.
a really broad sense, where like you're like doing the Madame Cleo thing, where you're like, I see that
I
you're
sensed
two
that you
arms
were-
and a head.
You
and
were
it's-
you were on the phone and you
Yeah.
got some news.
All right.
Medical news.
You are very much on it for, I would say, up until Act 3.
I got two acts.
Yeah,
I got two acts. Let's
really
go.
good.
Let's go.
And it's really more like you stopped rather than you didn't get it. You started.
You
Like you
turned the
stopped
hard
before you
left.
stopped before you got wrong. I think, which is wow, which is crazy because I
That's
think
good.
when
You
you realize
need to
how many
stop.
times
You got-
the goal is just to get rid of the tadpole.
It's
Stop
a
it.
lot.
It is literally like choosing, like going on ZocDoc and trying to make sure you get the right doctor. It's essentially yeah.
And much like that experience, you usually fail.
What is ZocDoc?
Are you not
never
familiar
heard
with
of
ZocDoc?
I don't know no
That was the
Zocs.
new thing.
Are you not a millennial?
No.
I mean, I literally am mathematically. It doesn't matter about
Mathematic.
feelings.
He said
I'm
mathematic.
mathematically a millennial.
Shit.
We established he's
They can't
an
take
old
that
man.
card.
His
born an
skill,
old man.
his skill points are like he hasn't really went in that direction with his art
The
skill
star,
tree.
the star
Yeah,
point?
no,
It's
because
like
I'm trying to be
it's
a
like really
progressive
short.
uncle. Okay, that's why I'm
Sure.
not. I'm
that's what
cool.
you're leveling up
But
in?
Yes.
ZocDoc is essentially where you can go on like an app and find your medical practitioner and schedule them. And, yeah, make an appointment
It's a
without
thing.
making a phone call. Remember, like your parents used to do that part for you.
No, as soon as I got insurance, I just called. You can call.
You be calling people.
The Aetna. You can call on the back of the car and be like, "Hey, I need a thing," and they're like, "Here's the
You-
people who are in network."
You talk to people to do this part.
But
Yes.
will tell you
ZocDoc.
Who's in network?
Yeah.
and it'll give you who's closest to you.
And you
it'll
just
do the
you put
parents'
them
part
on.
for
You put yourself on their calendar. You don't talk to nobody for the most part.
That's basically all advancements in technology is eliminating points
Human
where you have to talk
interaction.
to other
Yeah.
people.
Yeah.
Just
Because
cutting out human interaction.
Here's the
It's
thing,
one of
though.
those.
Not for nothing. Some
Not for
humans
nothing.
be dumb.
Whoa, whoa,
they
whoa, whoa,
think-
whoa! Let's reel in the judgment. Some humans have other experiences
No.
than
No,
we do.
but that's fine. I said some humans be dumb. I think I'm saying all humans be dumb.
Some-
Some
you
humans
can't
be
say
dumb.
that, though.
The quantifier is sub.
Want.
Some humans be dumb, and they be like, no, I can't do that. And it's like, nigga, I just talked to somebody yesterday that they said that you could
But
do
did you
this.
get their name and employee number though?
Yes.
That's what you gotta do.
Let's be
From downtown.
There's somebody gonna watch this video back and be like, "Yo, who's all in the room?"
Gotta be in the room where it happens.
Is there six of
room
them?
where it happens. The room where it happens.
Anyway,
Actually, I heard Pearly something is very
Victories,
good.
yeah.
Pearly Victory, very good. I haven't seen it, but I heard it's very
it's also a revive, but we're tangents. Anyway,
Baldur's
real
Gate.
quick, ZocDoc. I just want to talk about
Baldur's Gate.
ZocDoc. If
Why
you
are
go
we
to
talking about
sponsor us,
ZocDoc? No,
hold on.
Why are we on this?
Hold on.
This isn't what the
Because
podcast
we were talking about the
is.
tadpole.
I know.
ZocDoc and BetterHelp. If they can get us.
If we can get those two, we in the bag, dog. So ZocDoc,
Well, I mean,
hey, you can download the app today.
Click the link in the description.
As long as you know.
Dan, if you're this desperate, we can get Raid Shadow Legends. They'll take
No!
No,
Or Timu.
No.
Or Timu.
They'll take anybody.
I like
They'll
it.
take anyone.
It's mine.
Going on?
I'm just
You're
saying.
this desperate.
You know what?
Prices blow my mind.
Oh my goodness.
I'm just
hate
saying.
that commercial so much.
ZocDoc, when I think about it, the trauma I had initially becoming an adult
Okay.
was like making those appointments, and they'd be like, "What's your insurance company?" I'd be like, my mom knows. My mom got my card." And so now, as an adult, I'm just like, I took the picture of it.
Bam.
The card's in there.
Bam.
You see it.
Bam.
I ain't got to give no information over the phone.
Bam.
They like, what's your name, date of birth, height, weight. I'm like, I'm not giving you that number over the
We're still
phone.
doing the ZocDoc commercial though.
Yeah.
Let's.
You can find out what doctor is in your area based on rating. And if you like this doctor, you can just continue to book them through ZocDoc.
And if you like this
It's available on the App
episode,
Store or... Yeah, no, sorry.
they're not sponsoring us,
Yet.
bro.
Yet.
The fuck you drow? You drow right now.
We have reached the end of
Reached
our
the end of this episode. If you enjoyed it, tell us how you enjoy us drows, because some drows
And-
need to be.
Hold on. Hold on.
Drow is now my thing.
Hold on. Oh, everybody stop. If you're playing Baldur's Gate 3,
Let
tell
us
us
know.
about your build. Tell us about your party. Tell us about who you're trying to, be fancy friends with, And tell
In
us
a
how it
safe
went.
space. Don't do it. Don't do it in a recording episode where your wife might be in the room.
Your wife may or may not be. Because some of us
may or
don't
may
have
not.
wives.
She's so going to look up everything about this, and I'm just
Hey, that is a
sure you know about
conversation
that.
that we don't have to be here for.
Right.
But we
Sleeping
love
on that
that you were here with us tonight or whenever you're watching
Whenever
this.
you watch
And
it.
use coupon code HARDW for Raycon earbuds.
Good night, everybody. Good night.
Raycon headphones.
You get 25 free pulls.
Use code HARDW. HARDW. This is great though.
Oh my god.
That's really it. But
gotta
like,
be it.
shout outs to the friends though.
Tadpoles away.
Hey, Sterling, man,
I'm sorry. It's very busy being the tentative tyrant of Tilt Nation, but I'm doing my best to get back to the fold.
I feel like you really worked on that for a minute.
I'm a tryhard, man. That has not changed. Many things have changed about my life, but not that.
Okay. Guys, you can't appreciate
I
you, man.
you can't, baby.
Thanks for having me. Thanks.
It has
No,
been a minute, though.
It's
That's
been a minute. I
wild.
appreciate it.
Real talk.
Real talk.
This was one of the best, funniest.
Thank you.
I would do this again.
We should do this again.
The
And we should
so soon.
play some actual D&D. We should roll some dice together. 'Cause,
Yeah.
that would be a lot
I
of fun.
would love
Yeah.
it.
Hopefully, I keep rolling these 14.
Yo, how did we?
Bro!
How did 3
Legit.
out of the 4 of us roll 14? What happened? I need to get
It was
these
wild.
checked.
Yeah.
I need to get these
You
checked.
can test them to see if they're like unbalanced.
I didn't know that.
You float them in salt
Hey,
water.
give Tori the D20.
This one.
All right, Tori, let's.
Hey, yo.
Okay.
Side note,
Hey,
did you
no.
watch the D&D movie?
I did.
Did you watch the D&D
I did not.
It got Reggae Gene Page, and of course I watched
Okay.
it.
True.
True. True.
I'm bisexual. Of course I watched it.
Valid.
Wait, who?
The Bridgerton guy.
Who?
Reggae Gene Page. He's an attractive male.
Who'd you get?
What'd you get?
Booty time?
17.
Shit.
Tina, give it Tina. Tina, roll on the table. What'd you get?
Yo, if you got loaded dice and you brought them to my house, you are.
11.
11.
No, we good.
Yo.
Still not
That-
good.
that's
That's-
all right.
You meet the DC.
I
You
like-
meet the DC though.
I liked the D&D movie.
Okay.
It was fun. It had a lot of people like meandering and messing up and doing plans that didn't work, so they have to get back to square zero, which really encapsulates the essence of the game.
I think it captured D&D as an essence. Seeing like other parties toward the end and all that stuff, you're like, oh, there was a lot of nods to the lore of it all, and I appreciated that. I think practical effects wise, they could have given a little bit more love. I don't know what the budget was,
It was decent. It was like I think something like 150.
Which
Okay,
That green screen
what would
was
you give
big.
it out of 5? Let's do it.
I would-
D&D is.
The movie?
No, D&D in and of itself.
74.
yeah.
So when you think about how old D&D is versus the practical effects that were in the movie, I think it was comparative.
But also
We-
D&D has had different life stages and
Of
changes.
course,
Yeah.
but if you throw it back to the OG,
True.
like I think it was.
Well, the
comparative.
OD Dungeons and Dragons,
Yeah.
we're just not going to talk.
I mean, Jonathan was fantastic. He was
Jonathan.
fantastic.
I told Daniel if we get a dog, we're naming
Jonathan is great. Jonathan.
Yes.
Out of 5,
Now,
I
is,
give.
is his name like Jonathan or
Jonathan.
like
His name
John?
is Jonathan.
Or
He's an
John.
He's an
Like Jar Jar
Aarakocra.
Binks, Jonathan.
He's an Aarakocra, which is a bird person.
Burson.
Burson. He's a person.
He a person.
And a long-suffering person. But I
Sounds
give,
like a drow.
No.
One of those long-suffering
Burson's
drows.
treated a lot better than why
This
I keep
is
saying
great. I'm a run with
Aarakocras
this.
are-
I'm a run with this.
Yo,
Oh, my Republican energy is coming in strong.
Summoning Candace Owens like
So we're not
her
saying
out.
nigga anymore. It's drow.
nah.
I give Dungeons and Dragons Honor Amongst Thieves a 4 out of 5.
Ooh.
When you take in all the information about the movie and place it where it appropriately needs to be, I give it a 4.
Okay.
I think you can't hate on this movie with the expectation of like this was supposed to be Academy Award.
Sure.
You know,
Sure.
fodder.
There's-
Right,
This-
I agree. I think
the-
it's exactly what it was supposed. It was what it meant to be.
Yeah.
to
I
achieve.
think they nailed it because they have, with it being a Dungeons and Dragons movie, you have the lore. Yes, that few.
Enough
can't-
A good amount of
you
people
can't.
know
Enough
about.
people know.
A good amount of people know about, but you don't have the we don't have to like stick to this because, to be fair, this is the first live action experience that you will have of this.
you could
Endeavor.
you could benefit from the lore and enjoy it if you knew it, but you didn't need to know it. To
You
enjoy
didn't
it.
need to know it to enjoy it. So like when you have a movie about it, it's like Han Solo. We don't know about what he did when he was younger, right? So like, okay, whatever. But there were things in the Han Solo movie that I think held it back because they felt like they had to stay beholden to the Star Wars universe.
Right.
That made it like, didn't need this, but whatever. Dungeons and Dragons, Honor Among Thieves, or No Honor Among Thieves, whatever it's called.
There's honor among things. Yeah.
No,
Okay.
there was so much honor.
All right, Aladdin, whatever. It didn't need that. You didn't need whatever the connecting tissue was to like. Oh, I get what's going on here, like, and the lore.
You could just.
You
show
didn't
up
need
and
the lore.
enjoy
You could
it,
just
yeah.
show up and enjoy it. Yes. So
Question:
I
What
think
do
that's
what do
great.
team spouses think? What are your ratings
Of what?
of Dungeons and Dragons? Honor Among
Tori,
Thieves?
If
gave it a
they've
4.
seen
My wife
it.
Tori gives it a 4.
Yeah.
We watched.
All right.
Okay.
The team spouse.
Yeah,
four.
don't you don't watch movies with your spouse?
Just watched it.
I do. We
it
didn't
was
watch
fun.
that.
That's
And I'm surprised to see that they ranked it so high, though. Like
the number one ranking movie in America.
It was well received.
By
film.
Blerd Bar.
Yeah.
it's
It did well.
like kitschy, like
Yeah.
some of the humor.
Because it was just fun. You know?
Like sticky? Was it a stick kind of a thing? or-
Some of it was big camp.
Yeah.
But-
Yeah.
but it was good though. It wasn't like a nice
Good camp.
Like it was enough relief and not too much. It was
Okay.
D&D camp that you would find at your
Yeah, the final fight with the
Oh,
Red Wizard,
you were there with your
you could actually
friends.
break down
Your
everyone's
friends had a
actions.
budget. They made a movie, and you were like,
Yeah.
"That's it."
It was really
Nah.
cool. It was a tick.
Some say yes, some say no.
Some say yes, some say no.
Okay.
Like Michelle Rodriguez.
That's not bad. That's a 50 split. Wait, who? Wait, you're not a fan of
Can we talk about
Rodriguez?
Michelle Rodriguez?
Hold
You're
on,
not a
hold on.
fan?
All right, hold on. Wait.
Her fight
This-
scenes, though, her fight scenes in this movie were amazing.
That's a whole other episode.
All right, we're going to end the stream here, but before we do
tried
that,
to end it.
I know you tried.
You
You tried. You have no power here.
I believe that fate has brought us
Once again,
together.
thanks for rocking with us. This was all the way left, but if you do watch this, we appreciate it. Leave a like in the comments and a comment, and subscribe if you haven't. We're going to leave this public for you guys.
We're gonna leave it public.
Why not?
I think this is a public thing. I think this is something that, like, if you want more of this,
Let us
you
know.
gotta come to the Patreon, because that's where you're gonna see it. This is the only thing. This will be the only thing that you see that we will put public. Everything else will be Patreon, because
Yeah.
this was hilarious.
Also,
And it will only be
It was
Patreon.
hilarious for us, so hopefully it's hilarious for them.
and we
This
want to
is
hear
hilarious.
what you have to say. We want to hear about your Baldur's Gate experience.
Do you want to see them play D&D? Do
You wanna see us roll some dice?
Do you want to see me run these guys through a dungeon? Like we could,
Again.
we could-
Run these
again, we
guys
could-
through a dungeon.
I know what I said.
Oddly sexual.
Yeah. it
Well,
was.
can't unpack that right now. So we're gonna end the stream.
It's at least
y'all have
two
a blessed.
confirmed
No, hey,
bisexuals.
sure.
Tori only laughed. She didn't disagree. She didn't say no. That's not happening.
Y'all have-
All right.